I know most people are like confused. Like, didn't you guys do this years ago? We did the franchise. We didn't do individual movies.
It's always fun to listen to all that old stuff because we had the nerve, the idea that hey, we're going to do the whole series in one night. We're badass.
Yeah, that tends to not go the way that we want it to go. So
I
you know
don't
how
know,
that
man.
is.
We tried as children.
We tried, but this. But hey, D gave us a choice of how to kick off this year off right, and I was like, hey, we should do Turtles. That'd be easy. It'd be great.
So that said, welcome everybody to the first episode of 2022 of 3BG. And and tonight we are here to dine on some turtle soup.
A movie that said, fuck you, Julia Roberts. We're going to beat you out opening weekend. Yes, this movie beat out Pretty Woman.
You know what? As a movie, as a father now of three, I look at it now as a grown man, and I think to myself, "Hey, D, put yourself in the shoes of your father." Yeah, I'd be confused too. I will be
I mean,
confused.
did y'all?
I want to be troubled about my child. Just like that's what you like, son. I get it. I get why my dad acts like that.
I mean, look, I saw 1990 Teenage Mutant Turtles in theaters. I was one of many kids that, you jump in, you get the bandana, turtle bandana, and you go into the theaters like, yeah.
I hated the kids that had the shell, and if you had a shell in the hood,
You're
that meant
rich.
you had more money.
You're rich. Like anybody can get the bandana, but you
White
get the shell and the weapons.
White ass kid.
I'm sorry, you guys had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I unfortunately had this weird thing in Europe called Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Hey,
apparently Germany is like, fuck your mutants.
Not even Germany. It was all of Europe that was like
it was
that.
all of Europe. And I will say this. I will say this. That theme song for the German jump goes. It goes. I mean, it goes.
I mean, I say it beat out. Look, these again. The heavy hitters of 1990. This, bear in mind, this is March. This is going, and this is spring of 1990. Turtles is number one. Number two, Pretty Women. Number three, Hunt for the Red October. Number four, Driving Miss Daisy. Number five, Opportunity Knocks. Number six, Joe versus Volcano. Number seven, Nuns on the Run. Underrated British movie. Love that movie. Number 8, House Party. Number 9, Lord of the Fries. And number 10, Oscar beloved My Left Foot.
Okay, so when was the release date again?
March 30th, 1990.
Ooh, that was thick for March. That's pretty heavy for March.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they didn't think all of those was going to be good movies or at least hits, in the sense of things. Yeah, but wow, that's a good one, man. Wow, man, it beat out stuff, but it show you the power of it, man. Since when
I mean, Pretty Women did pretty good for itself too, but it's like Turtles.
But you gotta realize this: when the show first came out,
you had the popularity of the show.
It had 2 years. It had two
solid years.
Yep. It had 2 solid years of. I'm gonna say, all right. Let's just say, let's give it 3. Let's say in 1987 there was a little bit of build up and talk about the Turtles getting their own series from going to a comic book to going to that. Mm-hmm. Then on top of that, they had 3 solid years of growth. Mm-hmm. Down into a movie that's going to have Jim Henson be a part of that jump. And mind you, this was an independent film when it came out.
Technically,
nobody was trying to throw money at this.
Top grossing independent movie apparently of all time.
And that's what I'm saying. You had then you have, like I said.
Well, Blair Witch took it over, but yeah.
But you were lucky enough, blessed enough to have Jim Henson be a part of this production too. So there was a lot that went into this and a whole lot that came out of it. We were kids, and I'm glad that Ninja Turtles have kind of just stayed in the youth since we were kids. All 3 of my kids like Ninja Turtles. All 3 of them like it, and they all came out in different times during the 2000s. So you know what I mean. So it's just amazing to see the staying power that Ninja Turtles had, after all this time. You know what I mean, bro?
That's because real talk, the Ninja Turtles are timeless.
Yeah,
it's one thing it's something to have a product that is absolutely timeless. Like how we say music is timeless. We say some movies are timeless. Ninja Turtles, it's like Ninja Turtles itself as a product is a timeless product.
I mean,
Mhm.
and the fact that this first movie to this day still holds up. Like, I have nothing against like the CG turtles and stuff. It's a different era and stuff, and it works because again they're giant mutant turtles, so fine, do that, right? But it was something about this movie, and maybe it's because it's the
And I'm one of the people
maybe
that,
it's the
hey Chris, and I'm one of the people that say this. Y'all gotta ease up off the Bay Turtles. Ease up off
I like the
them.
second one more than the first because
The second one
Exactly.
was a
Ease
lot
up
better.
off
The
them,
second
man.
was a
Come
lot better than the
on.
first,
because
and
I
we
mean
all know this.
Yeah,
let me tell you
it's shit,
something.
but come on, it ain't that
Because let me
bad.
tell you something. Tyler Perry is back to Stockman. I love it.
It wasn't bad at all, dog. I'm
But
like,
here's
y'all,
the thing.
y'all need to stop. Anyway,
No,
go
they
ahead.
did. No, I will get. If there's anything I will ever give the Bay Turtles is this. Bay Turtles did the one thing that the original trilogy never gave us, and that was the Technodrome.
Yeah. And
I got to see the Technodrome on big screen on the big screen. I'm happy.
I mean, let's be real. I think they would have fucked it up in the early 90s if they tried to do
Oh
that. So thank
God.
God we
You
didn't
know
get
what?
that shit.
Thank God they went for. They said we have a
Grounded.
choice: do the cartoon or do the comic. We're going to do the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
just do the
God.
comic.
And my thing is this: the Power Ranger in me loves the practical suits and the fact that these motherfuckers were out here doing flips and shit in them damn suits. And now bear in mind too, just like Kamen Rider suits and Power Ranger suits, them suits got damaged over time.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
And they
You're doing
have you seen
suits.
have you seen them when they get posted up on the internet like to be sold? That shit is like instant nightmare fuel.
If you listen to our Morphin Medicast, me and Prime talk heavily about how the Kamen Rider suits go back to the 70s Kamen Rider suits. Them shits are fucked up. Every Kamen Rider suits goes through so much hits. By the
Yeah.
time people can buy them or you see Toei have them in their warehouse, them shits are like beat the hell. It's like
Hmm.
bad. So I have to imagine these 1990 Turtle suits. When they got to the sequel, it was like, yeah, we're gonna have to rebuild these suits because this shit ain't gonna fucking work.
You have to look like you have to restuff them, reskin them, do everything else to them, man.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And improve on what. Here's the funny thing, in my opinion, I felt that ever since the first one, they were all downgrades.
Third
They
one was a
were.
downgrade. The
I
second
The
one, it
third
was
one
like,
was a super
I
downgrade.
didn't like this. Look. When we get to that movie, and we're probably going to do it next year, but when we get to the second one, I will go into depth of how much as a kid and as a grown adult, I look at it like I don't like how they look in the second one.
The Jim Henson magic was gone by the second one.
Oh
But
no,
that's
no, no!
because
Jim was still there.
no. But that move, but the movie was dedicated to him because I think this was the
Yeah,
last thing that this was the last time they used Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
Okay,
Was the
okay,
second movie.
yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
it was there, but it's like with this one, the suits and the way the turtles look felt raw. Like the way, like the lighting of the movie when we see the turtles in the sewers and stuff is great. Like there's a moment where is it Donnie and Michelangelo they're talking before the Domino's pizza guy gets there.
Yeah,
And I like the lighting of how you can see the moon like hitting the sewer when they're talking. And that's the one time I could say I like the Blu-ray of it better because it's a little bit more clear. The clarity is a lot better. They didn't necessarily brighten that scene. And it's like, all
Yep.
right, cool. You get the moon hitting them as they're talking and stuff, and they're doing that whole hey Donnie, and they start waxing philosophical, and it's like it's funny, but it's done in a way that you're kind of like, all right, that's actually funny,
You
but
know,
great.
and no, the other fun fact. So the guy who delivered the pizza was Michelangelo's stunt actor. He's the suit
Mhm.
actor.
Yeah, and that's great because all the suit actors got cameos because I think wasn't the taxi driver Leonardo?
The taxi driver. No, he was
The
actually
taxi
no.
passenger.
Leonardo was actually one of the gang members. The
Okay.
passenger.
Hmm.
Now the guy who was in the cab, the one who said, "What the hell was that?" That was Raphael's voice. That was
Okay. All
Josh
right.
Pius.
Yeah. And I think didn't hold up. Ernie Reyes Jr. do one of the suit acting for this movie?
I'm looking
he
for it.
probably did. I think Senior did. I don't think Junior did. I
Hold up.
think Junior was a suit actor. You might be right. He might have been a suit actor though,
No,
but I don't
no.
think so. I don't
Ernie
think so.
Reyes. No, he wasn't in.
Okay, I
Not
must
the
be
first
seeing.
one.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the suit acting.
Oh,
'Cause,
that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at in terms of the suit actors, and his name is not in there.
huh. All right. Yeah, I must be mixing it up.
Maybe with the second one, but there was someone else too. Oh yeah, by the way, you know the guy. I mean, you know that one Foot Clan member who said, "We have a message for you, Miss O'Neill." He said, "Shut it."
Who is that?
So that was.
I was right. He's Donatello's martial arts stunt double, so he did do
Oh,
stunts.
okay. So he's the stunt double. All right, that's fine.
He just didn't get credited.
So,
You know,
well,
stuff,
and it's
so.
funny, you say Donatello because, by the way, D, that's who that was. The one that slapped April was Donatello's suit actor.
Bruh. I swear to
The
God.
obvious white guy. We have a little Miss O'Leal. Like I was like, that's a white dude from Pittsburgh in there.
It's the same thing with freaking Tatsu getting his voice dubbed.
Tatsu.
Yeah,
Voice
we did talk about this. This was a thing in movies and stuff because didn't Mako in one of his direct VHS movies have a voice dub over in one of the movies that he did at one point?
Probably.
Like here's the funny thing when it comes to the
Same
voice
thing with Schwarzenegger back in the day. He used to
Yeah.
have his voice dubbed.
Yep.
Throughout the 80s, it mattered which actor it was. Sometimes, yeah, you can't get on the mic because everything it sounds like they're being racist.
Yeah.
You sound like an Asian stereotype. We can't have that voice out there. So they'll bring us. They have to redub them. That happened throughout, even with the good actors. And yeah, I remember Mako got like dubbed over one time with like a normal voice.
Yeah. But like my
Like
thing
he
about this
sounded
movie,
like a guy named Richard. You know what I mean?
and I think like I said, part of that makes it holds up is that like the fighting choreography is great with the suits to where it just flows perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. And I'm always admiring when they do stuff like this. Like, oh my God, the suit work is still like the scene. I swear to God, to this day, Raphael fighting the Foot Clan on the roof is still my favorite scene because when you see him backflip and do all that shit, I'm like, a nigga in the suit was doing.
Yeah,
Holy crap!
And see, that's the thing that gets me about how good the choreography was. Is like at that time there was still just how it was. A lot of people were really shooting for the sun when it came to this shit. Where we had people in suits fighting, and to fight like that, like, yeah, it was pretty damn good. And I think that's what really saved it from the critics at the time too. Like the critics would say all they want about the movie being dumb, come on, there's a fucking giant rat talking. I understand that shit. But did you see that scene in the sewer where they were all backpedaling out and all the rest of that? Did you see how these guys are actually doing full backflips? They're rolling and doing like cartwheels and kicks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
This is real good stunt work.
And the crazy
it's
part
really
was
good stunt work, man. And those suits gotta weigh at least an extra 40 to like 70 pounds, man. It has to, man.
I mean, and the crazy part was like, as much as the movie got trashed, the general audience loved the movie. Like,
well, yeah, of course it did.
But it's so me and D before we had started, we talked about how like at the beginning of the movie, that whole like it's 1990 New York, it's rough, and like everything is getting stolen and stuff. And I was like, crack era 1990.
I like it because it's that music they always play on The Simpsons with the little guitar.
Doom, 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 doom.
The fight, I mean, like Chris, you mentioned the fight on the rooftop. That was actually a really good scene.
Bruh. That look, you know why I like that rooftop scene though, before we go back to the crime thing? Casey Jones is how I would react to. I'm just chilling on the roof. I'm like, is that a giant turtle fighting ninjas? The fuck?
Hell, it's a giant turtle letting out teenage angst on the roof.
But it's just the fact that imagine like before Casey Jones goes over
before the roof. I mean, before the foot even showed up, he already saw him.
Because it's me, I'm nosy as hell anyway. So I'll be like, hey, what the fuck? Is that a giant
going on over there?
Punching air? Huh.
And again, shout out to the glass Gatorade bottles.
Bruh, the glass Gatorade bottle, the glass Sprite bottle at the barn, at the farmhouse. Like this movie oozed 1990.
I'm enjoying the old logos, and I'm enjoying the fact that some of you children don't know none of this shit except my old ass. And I used to fear that. Now I welcome it.
Also, not as dirty New York.
No, I'm still
y'all niggas don't. Yeah,
I'm still of the mind that that Domino's needs to do a throwback.
They really do a throwback pizza box, man.
Throwback pizza box.
They've been trying.
Let them rock the old uniform.
Because it's kind of funny. Domino's is now currently the #1 in the country. It's beating out everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Even Little Caesar?
Yeah, Little Caesars is number 3, but it's like right behind Pizza
Wow.
Hut. Pizza Hut doesn't have none of the shit it used to. If you look at how much Pizza Hut has compared to Domino's in the last 10 years, you're gonna be like, oh my god, Domino's is number 1 in the world.
FYI, Pizza Hut fucked up when they got rid of the Bigfoot pizza.
Let's talk about a
No, when
lot
they got
of
rid of the
shit, how they
Bigfoot pizza.
fucked up.
Hold
man.
on. When they got rid of the Bigfoot pizza and the Big New Yorker.
Man.
It was also a combination of the fact that their marketing changed up. And on top of that, they had a lot of their locations went from family style to just like, carry out and all the rest of that. And you probably say, why did they do that? That's what we wanted as people. It was like easier for us to carry out than just sit in and eat and dine. That wasn't a big deal no more. That hurt Pizza Hut. So there's a lot that went into that.
For the OG DMV folks, that Pizza Hut over in Capitol Heights and Bowie and Clinton.
Nah. Shout out to the one over there in Forestville, right there.
Man.
That
hey, the one at Temple Hills is actually dope too.
I like how all the
one in Clinton, the one in Clinton was good because it was tucked away and nobody went to it. Now it's a motherfucking enterprise, and I hate life now, nigga.
No, what I really like right now is that we are going through this Highlander style race with Pizza Huts where there can only be one actual dine-in Pizza Hut. I got one right here in Virginia. Still got the buffet option too.
Hey,
there's a dine-in one in Oxon Hill, Maryland. And I like to tell everybody the Latino community and the Black community has been doing that place well. I do have a feeling they're going to close that bitch down one day.
You know what's going to happen?
I just know they are. It's going to piss me off.
Comic-Con 2025. Hey, we have a pop-up Pizza Hut. You like OG Pizza Hut? Come to Comic-Con.
Bro,
they'll do something like that.
If they were to do that and have the old look from like 30 years ago, that thing would be making bank.
All I want, all I ask for is the red cups. That's all I ask.
No.
Still
D?
got those.
Oh, no. Wait. D.
That's too easy.
No. D. Here's the thing. They do the red cups, and they're going to be like special Comic-Con edition. You can only get at the con red cups.
Comes with the crushed ice.
Who knew? All you had to do was put painted yellow right in this section, and it's exclusive. Who knew?
They'll do like how Wild Bill does, where Wild Bill has the special Awesome Con printed mugs. All they gotta do is just print, Comic-Con 2025 or whatever year that they decide to do it on the red cup, or better yet, have the logo imprinted on the red cup itself.
Here's my thing. So going back to the crime, I like how the Foot Clan, they are so great. So let me get this right. So old lady turns around for 2 seconds to grab some shit, and the dude's already halfway down the fire escape, still in the TV.
I want to point out something about that. I want to run that. I really want to talk about that part. I remember seeing in the beginning. First of all, that is classic late 80s, 90s shit right there. Where like living in the city, you got the old woman sitting on her freaking balcony, her fire escape, if you will, with a whole TV. She got the chair laid out and everything. I'm like, so this thing just isn't ready for an emergency, is it?
Nope. That's New York for you right there, man.
So she has that thing set up, and what I loved was all she did was she just did this shit. And then was gone.
And all she did was
the fact that she literally turned to her right, and the first of all, that is a whole ass CRT.
Ain't no heavy ass TV. That's a 13-inch TV. That shit heavy.
Exactly. Ain't no way in hell that you're just gonna yeet and lift up.
I had a 13-inch TV. Now bear in mind, I'm over exaggerating on it being heavy, but it's still got some weight to it.
These things have weight. All CRTs have weight to it because the tube itself is heavy as hell.
You ain't halfway down the fire escape
light
with that
bulb,
shit.
like 30 pounds, a little nigga.
My man, I want to know what upper body strength that this dude was rocking to just have to be already halfway down the fire escape. And by the time she gets
Eris,
what?
Cocaine.
Sorry, I'm not gonna say kids. This is a big kids movie.
I
So.
mean, look. The Foot Clan clearly.
cocaine.
I mean, the Foot Clan clearly was on cocaine because the UPS man turned his back for a second to get his signature, and all that shit was going off the truck like that. And he's like, "Oh, what's going on here? What's going on?"
That wasn't. First of all, that
wasn't.
wasn't drugs. That was that was either the A or S tier squad of ninjas that knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yes, they was. Those are the ones been in the Foot Clan for at least 3 years.
For 3 years.
They got the fucking state. Got the Foot Clan stamp.
They've been around for 4 years.
Where on their 4th year they get a stamp on their thing like, and you get a free ramen bowl. Congratulations on the 4th year.
And on their 5th year, they get 401ks and stock options.
Tatsu has his fucking full 3-piece suit on teaching economics. You will get a 401k.
Have you thought about retirement?
Fucking Shredder off to the side. Did you tell them about the 401k plan?
Did you tell them we will no longer cover dental?
The Foot Clan, the Foot Clan's health benefits sponsored by Kaiser Permanente.
Oh yeah, it's Kaiser. Oh, it's definitely Kaiser.
It's Kaiser.
This is 1988 Kaiser. So if you got a broken leg, just shoot yourself.
Dude, Shredder rolled up to the fucking Kaiser Permanente building, wondering why his boys can't get fucking coverage for a sign in that fucking leg.
There's a lot of foot soldiers outside of Kaiser.
They're all in uniform. Can you imagine all the foot soldiers?
The cops pull up. Harris, the cops pull up. One of them, don't take off your mask, man. Don't even take off your mask. They tell you take off your mask, so tell them don't take off.
I'm just saying, can you just imagine the long line? Bro, the long line of foot soldiers after they got their ass whooped by the turtles, like outside of Kaiser Permanente, all in uniform. They're all holding their arm and shit.
Leonardo Sai is still in old boy's fucking thigh and shit. Like, I can't even take this shit out. This bullshit.
Oh my god.
No, and just to show Raphael's pettiness, he would track down that foot soldier, be like, there it is, yoink.
It's like, shit, Greg is bleeding out.
Yeah,
the pressure on it.
I'm mad at you, Chris. Chris. I'm so mad. Hold on, dude. Chris, I'm so mad you named him Greg.
Greg's bleeding out.
Eris.
Mm-hmm.
So you get stabbed. Down there in Brooklyn. You know for a fact that there's Kaisers all the way up in motherfucking Yonkers.
Yes. Yes, it is.
You damn near driving.
They're all nigga. They're all on the fucking D train going up the fucking Yonkers and shit. 20 deep on the fucking train bleeding and shit. This is another day in New York. All the New Yorkers like,
They gotta change trains at Bleecker Street.
Oh my god.
Everybody's like, man, must have been a rough night for you guys, huh? Yeah,
it's been a rough night.
Whatever it is, man, believe it or not, you won't believe this shit. So we chilling, right? We just got out there. We just ran up in this dude's house, right? We got a whole bunch of shit. Next thing I don't know, everything go black. I get punched. I wake up me personally, I wake up when we in the paddy wagon and shit, right? It's 90s. Word is bond, kid. I woke up. Oh, speaking of which, I will give this movie this. And I think I know why my dad didn't mind me watching this. There was not a black thug in this movie.
They were background, but they were background.
Oh, no. Who were the main ones getting punched in the face?
White people. I mean, the game was diverse.
It was very diverse.
Oh, it was a diverse game. Yes, it was.
Very diverse game. Looking like something out of a Technotronic music video. But yes, they were definitely diverse.
I just think to yourself, if you're Shredder, right? And Tatsu's like, Master Shredder, these are all of our members. Like, yes. So, have you been to Harlem yet? Have you been to Harlem? Have you been to Brooklyn? Seriously, these are all of them. It's a lot of white kids here.
One, the one, the one,
It's
the
a
one,
lot of oh no, here's Shredder. Yeah, there's a lot of them here. I mean, there's two of them right there.
the one Foot Clan shows you that still says, I ain't wearing these fucking footsies. I'm putting these Timberlands on. How about that?
Oh, that's the black one.
Shredder is sitting up there saying, so you don't wear the
And
footsies? No, Timberlands.
It's like
you
tabby
bring
socks,
us
my nigga.
dishonor. Oh
Tabby
yeah,
socks.
and he does like a back, and you know it's a nigga, so he gonna do like a backflip. What? And I did it again, my nigga.
Your form was fucked up, son.
Tatsu is like, give him a chance, Shredder. Give him a chance.
My lord. My lord.
No.
It seems
Shredder.
that the young man with the Timberlands.
No, at this point, that's when Shredder initiates the test. Now, this is a good time for me to bring it up. So, y'all remember when we got the Imperial March interpretation of Ninja Turtles, where Shredder walks down that long ass hall, and we got that badass, like the badass song that plays,
kind of like Bison's in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, where he's walking with his crew.
When he's just walking down the hall by himself, and he makes his way towards like towards the room where everybody was waiting for him, right?
Yeah.
So there was a cut. The part where Tatsu first introduces, when he first says Master Shredder, and he removes the cloak from his shoulders, right?
Yeah.
When he first removes the cloak, like the camera slowly pans around Shredder's face, and then you see him take that. Then the foot rolls out the mat. When they rolled out the mat and he took that first step, it cuts to him delivering the speech. So what happens is, and I sent you guys this video. There's a part where he sits down and he's just looking straight. Hadn't even said a word yet. He has the Foot Clan Dogi on his on his shoulder armor, right? And there was four teenagers that were supposed to attack him, from square position. While he's sitting there, they come at him with weapons and everything. Shredder has nothing. He just has his armor and his usual shtick, right? They attack him. He's blocking, but at the same time he's blocking, he's leaving marks. So anyone who came in to attack him walked away feeling some pain. He wasn't trying to hurt him, but he did put a cut on everybody. And basically the whole test was whoever can get the Dogi from his shoulder armor was worthy of becoming part of the Foot Clan.
That's more badass than the fucking Bell shit in the second one.
Right. I agree. But and there's actual footage. They filmed it and everything. You can definitely find this video out there where Shredder legit fought these guys sitting Indian style.
Cut it out though.
I always wonder why they cut it out too. And it's not
you think it was a time thing?
I don't know if it might have been time, because it wasn't like it was gruesome or anything like that. It wasn't no gore or nothing ultra violent, nothing it was nothing like that. There was nothing really extreme. It was just, hey, we get a chance to see Shredder be an actual badass before talking.
Dude, I swear to God, as a kid, I laughed my ass off. So we get a young Sam Rockwell. As we find out that the Foot Clan people, where they have it set up and stuff, they have this big, party city thing, arcades and people skateboarding, people tagging false walls and stuff. And, Sam Rockwell's like, hey, dude's like, you got any cigarettes? Yeah, menthol or regular. And I'm like, wow, I got whole ass cartons, huh? But then what got me was the one kid that bumped into Tatsu. And I swear, I understand the kid looking at Tatsu like, he's going to kill me. And Tatsu's like, go play.
My favorite part was those old ass Whopper cartons.
Oh yeah, Brian said it best. Narc.
Yep. There was how many arcade machines of Narc? I get it, Street Fighter wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah, but I mean Narc, the fucking beat 'em ups and stuff. The Punisher, Nick Fury game and all that shit. I mean, that was, it's
still interesting to me that this was 1990 and Shredder was able to source all of this stuff.
I mean, you're trying to get it's the Gundam school of I need child soldiers. So what do you get child soldiers? Arcades, cigarettes,
skate parts, like cigarettes.
You're muted, D.
Like arcades, cigarettes, skate parks, freaking Burger King Whoppers, apparently.
Don't forget weed. Don't forget weed.
Weed, cigars,
weed and cocaine. Weed and cocaine. Ain't no guess, nigga. This is New York City. You seen the movie, kids.
I'm going off. Listen, I am going off of Ninja Turtles. Until Ninja Turtles has ever addressed weed, and I'm not talking that after school special cartoon heroes to the rescue. That shit don't count. I'm not talking about that.
What you want to do to roll up some fucking Swisher Sweets and be like, he's smoking weed?
Hey, whether
weed is not, you know, somebody told me that about that, and somebody told me that happened in Batman. Well, Batman doesn't have marijuana in it, so you know when people try to put their weed fantasies in comics, I'm like, okay.
I'm not even going that far. I'm just saying, I'm just not addressing it.
I'm just saying, them kids got their weed. Come on, them kids was offering sex too, man.
Like, all right, D, look, 5% at most, okay? Now, what I wanted to point out was, from the beginning of this movie, we see that our boy Raphael has had probably one of the roughest nights ever. First of all, yes, he saves April, but at the same time, he loses his sigh in the process.
Which, cool. I understand.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm not done. Loses his side of the process. Number one. Goes to see a shitty movie. Number two.
Where he come up with this?
Critters.
He went to see Critters. I'm just saying shitty from his perspective. Like, he really did not like that movie. Number three, took an L to Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Then had to get his father to tell him, son, I understand that you got a lot of rage in you, but you're going to have to come down with that bullshit, man. Come on, man. Bring it in.
and finally,
I'm going, no. I'm going to die one day. Quit fucking around, nigga. I'm going to die. I won't be here.
And finally gets the couch time talk with Splinter.
I mean,
it was a rough night, man.
You know what I found it amazing about this film is that they did film parts of it in New York for some of the scenes and stuff. They filmed this on the soundstage in Wilmington, North Carolina. And there was also another place they filmed it at, which was actually about 20 minutes outside Wilmington, Castle Hayne, North Carolina. Now, all this is near the Outer Banks, outside Fayetteville of North Carolina,
where they shot the farmhouse.
Yeah.
Part.
So you would never known that this was North Carolina until you heard it. It's like,
you got to that farm. Until you got to that farm.
I mean, the farm, you could probably say maybe that's upstate, but even then, that's a stretch.
Even that is a stretch.
Look, you can say that. Look. That you can say that's upstate New York, and if you told everybody that you filmed that in I don't know, Utica, people will believe it. You know what I'm saying? That looks just like the country. Country looks the same pretty much everywhere. Just put a mountain, put a desert. Just tell me what the terrain is. Country kind of looks the same.
Yeah, I mean that's that. Yeah. So but yeah, the whole. It's just him getting all these child soldiers in there and be like, yes, the society does not look upon as abandon you, and I'm like, okay,
we are here because the outside world rejects you.
I'm like, and one of the characters, and I'm glad Dee brought this up. Danny, there's a subplot with Danny that I'm like, it's like I get it, but it's like,
I totally get it. I totally get it,
but it's too much.
I know, I see it too. Nigga, real talk, real quick on that. When I got the Super Shredder as a kid, do you know how much that freaked me the fuck out that I had to deal with that zipping ass motherfucker?
I mean, it's no different than Magneto in the X-Men arcade game where he zips around and shit. Welcome to die.
Listen, guys, old ass beat 'em ups were designed to eat quarters.
When you say a rough night, we didn't mention this rough thing. He brought intelligence to his ass whooping. Cricket.
Yeah, he
Nobody
did.
understands cricket.
No, I was going to get to that part. No, I was going to get back to that. When I said that he took an L to Casey, yeah, that was a full L. I mean,
actually, the best line is Jose Canseco bet? Tell
Tell
me
me.
you didn't pay
You
full
didn't pay
price
money
for
for
this. Ooh, which if you're a sports fan, that is kind of a deep dig at Jose Canseco. Like, oh damn,
I just
that's
I just like the fact that Raph came with all that energy just for like who are you? I want to fight you. Like, yo, you stop.
He really didn't. I mean,
I
in
know
the way
Raph did it. But the way
he
it's
really
like,
had no reason to.
I know he did it, but the way
I
he's
mean,
like, yo, Raph, you kind of look, you kind of slapped the dude in the face, man. Would you?
But
I mean,
at the same time, he said, "Hey, look, man. Listen, I get what you're trying to do. Yeah, these kids definitely need to be taught a lesson, but nah, bro, you getting ready to
Not
swing
like
freaking.
that. Not
You
for
getting ready,
you.
you know what I'm saying? You getting ready to swing hockey sticks and all this shit. Like you about to go, you about to go full Wayne Gretzky on these.
Casey Jones in the comics was a fucking psycho.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
he
he
was.
was.
He
Yes, he
was a
was.
whole ass psycho. So he would literally damn near murder people, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like,
Speaking of
okay.
which, have you guys ever seen that Casey Jones short film on YouTube?
The one with what's his face
It
playing
was
Casey.
it's an independent film.
I seen parts of it, man.
Like he actually fought. Like, it would have made much more sense if Raphael was in it, but instead they used Michelangelo.
Well, of course they did because it's Michelangelo.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this was a short film from like from like 20, 30 years ago, nothing like that. This was actually this was from the 2000s.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was pretty cool. It was definitely cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that whole sequence is just so funny because again, when Raphael is chasing Casey Jones and stuff, Casey got like a fucking mile lead on him and stuff, and Raph is just following. But like, I
Like
think
my man was booking it with a freaking like he was booking it with a bag full of clubs.
dog. I mean, he did. Casey, let's break this down. My man has a fucking sports bag full of a cricket club, couple of fucking golf clubs, 2 bats.
And
I don't know.
He's got foot traffic on Raphael.
I mean, this dude is booking it. And like I like look, the combat roll over the car, bar none, is funny to me. I love it. It's just like what the hell was that? I think it's a giant turtle. Which again, because it's New York,
turtle in the trench coat. You're going to LaGuardia, right?
You're going to LaGuardia, right?
But I like how it's New York, and that's always, and it's like this in every movie where it's like New Yorkers, everything is just normal. So a giant turtle in a trench coat is like, it's New York. What is this? Like,
and then again, I don't think it was so much that it's just like, look, dude, I got shit. I got somewhere to go.
Yeah,
like, cool.
Yeah, but I'll also too, and I think that's probably why I enjoyed the 2007 Turtles movie is that like you get that little back and forth between Leonardo and Raphael and stuff in terms of like when Splinter gets kidnapped and shit, their little beef back and forth between each other and shit, which I thought was.
feel like it matters on the person that writes it how intense they want to make the Leonardo Raphael beef. Because some people take that thing to the next level, like, oh man, it's real animosity and that shit. You know what I mean? It matters who writes it.
Like
man.
the first movie, it felt brotherly in the first movie. Like, man, fuck you, I'll see you next time. That kind of shit.
Because I didn't think they had enough time to really go into something like that. But
they really didn't. Something I will say since we're talking about Raphael and his whole anger thing. So you brought up something interesting, D, when he had that couch time with Splinter, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he sat him down and talked to him about channeling his anger and all the other stuff. Did you notice how he goes full tactical espionage and follows April the very next day? No anger, no nothing. My man was very calm, very patient, and waited for the opportunity to get his side back.
I mean, let's be real. The beginning of the movie, number one, somebody pointed this out a couple of nights ago when they were watching the movie. I don't know who tweeted it, but somebody was like, yeah, everybody talks about how this movie holds up, but Raphael misses the whole ass fucking light at the beginning of the movie when he hits it. And I was like, fuck, he did miss it.
Yeah, he did. There was a lot of things but the thing is, it happens so quick that you don't catch it unless you go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's just like I didn't when he said that, I looked at it, I was like, oh, he did miss it. But like you said, it goes by so quick and stuff that it happens. But I like how you see the eyes and he's like, you just hear the whisper of damn.
Oh no.
Here's everybody. Here's everybody. Hold on. Everybody else celebrating as they about to walk back into the turtle den. My man looked at the side, looked back down the freaking sewer. Damn. That is pure frustration. Damn.
And the thing that makes it so great. This is in the interesting time.
Let it go.
This is one of the interesting times of parenting where you see back in the day in the 80s, swear words and curse words. It was weird because in 1970s there was a lot of movies were swearing. Some PG movies with titties in them. It happened. But for some reason in the 80s, they was like, no, these children are going to actually have a childhood and we're not going to do that shit. Okay, bet. And you didn't get a lot of swearing in these PG movies. So every now and then you get something like that, and every little kid is saying, damn, like Raphael.
Fun fact.
Awesome.
I love A Christmas Story, but even as a kid, when Ralphie says "oh fudge," I knew he said "fuck." But it's more funny. But it's more funny when he says "oh fudge." He's like,
I obviously did not say the word fudge. I said something way more worse than that.
Dude, I like how his dad like, get in the car, get in the car,
get in the car, son. I know what you said.
That scene is perfect because it's like, yeah, we know what it is. Now, I got in trouble at Full Gospel saying damn after watching this movie.
Man.
Got a ruler. I didn't get the after school paddling. I got the ruler. Stop it. Don't do it again. It's like,
okay. All right. Just making a comment, Eris, in the background. Is that the sped up version or is that the arcade version?
It's the arcade.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Because they flowing way too. Look at that fluent movement. I love it. Anyway,
Eris has the CPOS2 board. Oh my
God.
I
thought it was the ones where they put it in like 1080p and they spread up the the frame rate and shit. I thought it was that for a second.
Yeah. But no, but it's like that animosity. I like it was very brotherly and stuff. But what had me rolling is when number one, Chief of Police clearly, even in New York in 1990s, clearly was corrupt. Maybe he might not have been in the Foot Clan's pocket, but he was corrupt.
I don't even think corrupt. I'm really with April O'Neil on this one. Don't give a shit.
Yeah, incompetent.
But had enough pull to get April fired. I was like, how petty are you that you want this one reporter fired for doing her job?
No, that was the NYPD. That was the interesting bit about that. How Chief Stearns himself wanted, basically he wanted to find some way to keep a nice squeeze on Channel 3 News. So first of all,
April O'Neil brood over here.
So busting my chops.
No, first of all, he goes in on April, after the end of the interview. And he knows for a fact this ain't the end of it. And ironically, like the moment that interview was done, her boss's son Danny gets arrested. So when he goes, he's looking through the paperwork and stuff. And he's like, Danny. My man calls up his pops and was like, hey, do you have a son by the name of Danny?
I'm gonna need you to get.
I'm gonna need you to do something for me. First of all, he gets April to back off. He tries to get April to back off and let someone else cover the story, knowing damn well that shit wasn't gonna work. And then
because she's a tough nosed reporter that doesn't know to say no.
Then to make it worse, when she had her own interview, she just had to take the opportunity to take my man here, the chief of police. This is the bus. Throw him right under that bitch.
Man, bruh.
And it's so funny because the moment she said his name, like clockwork, your boy gets the phone call. Her boss got the phone call and he is screaming through the phone.
Bro, did y'all love...
That's all you heard.
Did y'all love how the transition of when April...
Screams in Staten Island.
When April gets called into the chief's office after she did the interview.
Like,
and it cuts to Danny getting arrested and it plays the... As Danny looks all lost like...
You know what? Here's the thing. The whole Danny subplot as a kid, I didn't care. I remember as a kid not caring about none of that.
Poor
As a
Danny
kid-
boy.
As a kid, the
Oh.
only thing that everybody cared about was seeing the turtles.
The turtles, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's just so funny when I think back on it, like, I didn't care about that plot at all.
It's
Like, I really remember
Danny
thinking,
probably
like,
went back to stealing shit after the fucking movie was over. What are
I
we
don't
talking
even think
about
like,
here?
it's like
Like,
this, man.
I don't think so, but it's
Oh,
funny.
no,
I
he
wouldn't go that
did.
far. Look, Chris. He talked to a giant rat.
Yep. He opened up his heart.
Open up his heart.
he went Columbine on people. There you go. So,
That's terrible.
The Ninja Turtles will just stop him.
you imagine you're in school, Danny shooting up the place.
Danny! On a very special episode of Ninja
On a very
Turtles.
special episode. No. D, hold on.
Dude,
D.
you gotta put down
Wait.
the gun.
No, D.
I mean,
D,
come
stop.
on.
Wait. No, this is the best part. They stop him just before he leaves the house. We know what you're about to do, man.
Leonardo, all we're saying is put down the gun, Danny. You can talk about it. We can be your friends.
Come on, guys. This is beat this kid's ass.
Nah, that's Raphael. Hey, fuck this. Let's do this Brooklyn style.
Raphael choosing violence ASAP.
Dude, Raphael just
no.
throws
What
his
I'm
sigh at his
imagining-
arm, just throws his head out of hand like. Phew.
What I'm imagining right now is 4 grown-ass turtles beating up a gingered white boy right now. That's all I'll bet. Just of course, fight back, nigga, fight.
No, here's the best part.
Fight
D.
back, nigga.
Hey, D, here's the best part. After they whoop his ass, they throw the Foot Clan uniform on him and leave.
I don't know who's saying. I don't know who's saying this, but can you imagine April goes to the insurance company?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, how much insurance money did she
the
get on
Foot
an
Clan-
antique store?
It's like the Foot Clan burned my place down, and the insurance person like the Foot Clan. Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Mrs. O'Neill, with all due respect, my daughter has left our family with her lesbian lover, and we currently don't know how to deal with that. It's 1990, and trust me, this is new to all of us. So,
But
I
giant
don't
turtles,
care about what happened to you.
giant turtles and ninjas, and a man in a hockey mask burn down your store.
And
I don't
some
know, man.
some random Japanese man who can only say 2 words in English.
I'm
Best I can-
sorry. There's a giant turtle. Okay, ma'am, this is New York City. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to do this. No,
Best I could do is $50. Take
It's
it.
$50.
I'm sorry. I'm glad that you got to the negotiating table and all you had to offer was $50.
The best I could offer you was
Hey,
$50.
hey.
No, hold on.
Hey,
wait.
look,
Hold on, because I'm gonna bring in
Best I can do is 50.
I'm gonna bring in another movie for you. The best I could do for you is $50 and the free toaster for signing up for an account with us.
I'm just The Simpsons episode.
Shout out to anyone who's seen Spider-Man 2.
The Simpsons episode airs and a hot plate.
And a hot plate.
Hey, wise Casey Jones in the back. Hey, wise Casey Jones in the background. Hey, April, get that hot plate.
Like,
All right.
get that hot plate.
Get that shit up.
No, but
Wow.
seriously.
Oh my god! Wow.
No, but seriously though, when they burn, like when her, first of all, the antique store burns down. Also keep in mind her apartment was also burnt down
First
too.
off, I have to start with this. There are so many moments and stuff, but I like the subtle moments. So the Foot Clan, they special delivery of Raphael to the crew through the glass thing, which fucked up. But
UPS,
funny in a
Man,
way.
they dropped his
Straight UPS.
Kobe his
John
ass.
Starks.
But what I love, even as a kid to this day, I still laugh. Is
Hold on, it's 1990. Mark Jackson.
basically, I just love how the Foot Clan are flexing on the turtles with the nunchucks, and Michelangelo's like, fellow chucker.
Fellow chucker, eh?
I just like how you just hear, woo, 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 woo. Keep practicing.
Dude, the fact that he spun both nunchucks on a finger and said,
Dude, the Foot
"Keep
Clan
practicing."
dude, the Foot Clan dude was sitting there like, I can't believe these motherfuckers know Wow, I'm fucking
Despite,
shit. I'm pussy.
despite
All right.
the Ninja Turtles,
Fuck me, right?
I'm just being honest with you. Despite the Ninja Turtles clearly getting a loss on this one, they're getting it in they're earning their loss in manly fashion. Leonardo is taking on 7-foot dudes at once, and he's winning half of it. He's winning half of
what
it.
the hell?
Leonardo, look, Michelangelo and Donatello are doing what me and Eris would be doing, crowding up on the left side down there.
Dude, here's the sick part. Both of y'all will literally do the California roll.
Oh man, I love that. The California roll. I
Let me
love it because the California rolls into a roundhouse kick.
Let
And
me
they
tell-
all connect. I
No,
love it.
let me tell you guys something. First of all, the way that Leonardo gets taken out, they were the '89 Pistons on Jordan.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
They
yo,
pulled,
Oh, Jordan was
they
scoring.
pulled the
Look, Jordan
Isaiah
scored
Thomas.
42. Jordan
I like
scored
how
42 though.
I like how Tatu 3 times during the fight. Go 3 times he did that shit. The first time is when they landed in an apartment. The second time when they landed to the fucking when they crashed down to it, he says it again. The third time after Casey Jones comes in, it's like, ooh, who's the babe?
Yep.
Tatsu, go. I'm like, that's all you say? Just
Hey.
that? Just
What I really,
I like the fact
what
that
I
he
really,
was dubbed to say go. That was
yeah, he was the. What I really enjoyed though was when how about your boy Mr. Random Foot Soldier with the Bacentos? My man came in with them axes.
good thing these guys aren't lumberjacks.
He's like, yeah, the only thing safe in the woods would be the trees.
All of a sudden, hey guys, I don't want to tell you this,
Tell you
but
this, but,
structurally speaking here.
Oh, you just see the Foot Clan hit there, and it's like,
Now, as a kid,
Also,
I loved all of that. I loved all of that as a kid, and now I'm an adult. Ooh, that is dangerous. Somebody
Also-
got a beam through their ass.
also
Yes.
Bob,
Somebody didn't make it.
also Bob
One
from
person didn't make it.
Craig from accounting missed the fucking turtles and hits the fucking wire and electrocutes himself like,
Which was great. That caused the fire. I like how that entire antique store was made out of kindling because that fire spread.
I mean,
real
look,
quick.
it was looking like an episode of Hoarders down there. To
Remember
be
when
fair,
she was talking about it down there? It's like, and my dad had this. Or like, that's going on fire.
That's going on fire.
That's definitely going to
did
go
you
on
love how
fire.
Michelangelo was getting so overwhelmed? He grabs the fucking the symbols and starts hitting the fucking Foot Clans with them,
Yes.
like, and he just gets jumped all of a sudden and shit.
I was
I'm
like,
like,
they
I'm like,
getting
this
their ass
I was
whooped.
like, this is how you stop a single turtle.
Jump
Jump 'em.
Dog.
Punch back, nigga.
Like I said, Leo had to do all of this shit by himself. Donatello and Michelangelo, I'll be honest with you, while doing most of the work, didn't do no damage.
They didn't
Hey,
do
look,
any
Casey,
damage.
hey, to be fair though, Casey Jones being there was their breath sigh of relief, like, oh my god, thank you, we got a fourth. Fuck.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
God.
like this is the hardest L we've ever taken.
Dog, if I want to put
The
that
first real L we ever took.
I'm gonna say this: Leonardo had 10. Donatello had at least a good 4. Mikey had a good 4. Really, when you look at it, they didn't do much.
And Raphael had a strong 11 before like 50
Oh, yeah.
foot soldiers came on
Yep.
his ass.
I think he had a strong 11. Yeah, I think he took out more people than Leo.
Oh, he was having fun with
Yeah,
it, and then all of a sudden it's
Raphael
like,
did,
oh, dog. It was like as soon as that scene when he was like, I mean, come on, man, can you really handle me? You just see 20 people, and he's like, oh, good answer.
As
Hey.
soon as he asked, like, how do you guys really think you're gonna beat me? And they just said, oh, okay, multiply.
It's really, you know what?
They all just circled in on him.
It's really the X-Men solution because people bullshit about the Sentinels, and it's like, no, the Sentinels by themselves, horrible. You know how they beat the fucking mutants when it's like 100 of them?
When there's 100.
Some mutants are gonna die.
Or the comic book artist says, make it as big as 2 entire state buildings.
I mean, you
I
know,
always laugh when they make the big fuck off mega mold version of the Sentinel. I'm like, dog, where are all that still coming from? Like, y'all really want these? Like, y'all really want the mutants gone, do y'all?
They're like, damn, they're getting taken out by 3 Sentinels. Okay, send out 5 Nimrods.
I know, right? Look. D knows this because I
It's
gave him the book.
Nimrod.
Remember Homecoming when it was Hope and all the Nimrod Sentinels rolled on the fucking San Francisco to fucking Alcatraz
Yeah.
and shit, and everybody was like, I guess we gotta send all the mutant kids after him. Yeah, some of them might die. Don't know. We'll see what happens.
Definitely gonna die.
Dude, Prodigy had his whole Prodigy, one of the mutant prodigies that was pretty much Emma Frost's golden child. His arms got fucking sliced off by a fucking Nimrod and shit. It's like, shit.
Nimrods don't care. They don't care.
No, no, real talk. Nimrods are Terminators.
But Eris,
they're the Terminator.
Eris, these are Nimrods controlled by Bastion. That's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, there's a Terminator. It's being controlled.
No. These are Terminators on steroids, Eris. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Imagine if all those Ultrons that Ultron made actually were functional like that.
And sentient.
They were actually sentient and anyway.
Oh, so they would be controlled
everything.
They would be controlled by Brainiac.
Yeah.
Like
but here's the thing. Here's what had me rolling is right after that. I like how Shredder turned into a white man and just beat the shit out of Splinter like, you taught them martial arts. I'm like, but dog, like
that backhand was real, son.
Tatsu fucking kills one of his own, like, bam. I'm like, you broke his neck, boss. What?
I just like the fact. I just like the fact that Shredder saw this big ass rat. You killed my master. And Oroku Saki was like, I know who you are. That just blew my mind. Like, think about it. I understand there's a big giant rat. There's a big giant rat in front of you, and that's where you are in life.
D
right
is
now.
the fact that
whatever.
It was the fact that the Shredder did this shit.
You motherfucker.
My man had to touch his face knowing that he got scratched. Like, now I'm gonna finish what I began with your ear.
My man he was more pissed off. He taught the turtles martial arts than anything else. Like, fuck the scar on the cheek for a second.
These niggas how to kick?
You taught these niggas how to kick.
The backhand. The backhand and then the pause and you taught them martial arts. Like, fuck the scratch from 30 years ago. It was the martial arts that set him off. Like, goddamn.
Here's the thing that's funny. He was more, like you said, Chris, he was more mad at him for teaching them the martial arts. He still does not understand or recognize that this freaking 4 foot tall rat is the one that he actually sliced at years ago.
Hey, did you love the stop motion backstory of the rat learning martial arts and doing kicks?
I love that.
The paw rapper, the rapper, kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Yes.
Oh man, the puppet kicks. And that brings me to another puppet thing that D has to say. There's a lot of puppets crying in this movie.
Oh, you know what? Thank you, Brian. Brian brought up the same thing I noticed.
Yeah,
they did sneak a curse word in Japanese.
Are you serious?
No, they did. When remember that part, D, where right after Shredder walked away, he just looked at freaking Tatsu for 2 seconds. Tatsu already feeling like he took an L his damn self, and he just walked away, just left him there. We got the classic anime curse word, which is so. Then that's when he goes and tears off on everybody.
Yeah,
my man was working out on a weight bench. He kicked his ass off and shit. And then the one dude. Here's the thing, folks. When somebody's angry, you don't touch them on the shoulder because that might get you punched in the face. Tatsu, on the other hand,
Master
deadly
Johnson,
fists,
stop, please.
Knocked his ass cold out to the point that was like, he's still alive. Take him away.
He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. I'm like, dude, he's out.
He might Tyson punched him. It's like he's out. He's done.
Like, he ain't gonna be in Ninja Turtles 2.
That nigga might not be walking.
Gotta be really honest with you. This ain't the first time Tatsu put his hands on a bunch of white teenagers.
Here's a sick part. They fucking taking him to New York General Hospital. So what happened? He slipped and fell on a pole outside.
Hey, fucking niggas in the middle of Central Park. Hey.
Yep.
That's what happened. That would have happened. I don't know why you're laughing.
Mind you, D.
Somebody
Hold
went
on.
to jail
D,
that
mind
night that
you.
was our color. Why you
Hey,
laughing?
D, mind you, one of them, mind you, the motherfucker that said that shit has two black Foot Clan members right beside him.
Derek, hello, Derek. Look, Derek and Juan. Yes, Juan. It's New York.
Both of them looking at Steve like, bruh, we're right here. Why?
Hey man, you ain't
Juan is
about,
like, not
nigga,
now,
you ain't,
not now. He's like, no, not now. Not now.
When we
let's jump
find,
it.
We'll deal
Hey,
with it
hey,
later.
let's jump his. Hey, Eris, let's keep it in context. Let's jump his ass at the Kumo D concert.
Nah, you know what happened,
The
right?
battle of the Kumo D
Not
concert.
even that. Nah, you know what happened? They set his ass up when they fought the turtles at the end. He got kicked off the fucking roof by the turtles and shit. It's like,
Yes.
Oh,
they
yeah,
set his
did.
ass up. They set his ass up like, hey, Steve, you can take Raphael. You know that, right? Take him.
I was
Smooth sailing. Smooth sailing.
I was laughing because me and Angie was watching where the turtles is getting their ass whooped and all the rest of that shit, right? And Angie said it the best way possible. Like when the Foot Clan came in and took Splinter. It was so funny. He's like, upstairs having pizza with that white woman. He there to protect
Now,
your
here's my
daddy.
thing. Now, here's
Now
my
they done
thing.
took
Now, here's my thing. I have a feeling here because they did ransack the place. I have a feeling Splinter put hands on some of the Foot Clan soldiers before they finally put
I
them
would
down.
love,
I would
here's the funny
I would
thing.
believe
I would
that.
love to
I would
believe
really
you,
believe that.
but I want to see it. Like, look. I know. Look, in the first time I seen Yoda, I believe Yoda could do all that crap. I didn't need to see it. So
Yeah. I felt
in
he
this
put
case-
hands on a
but
couple of
here's the
them.
funny thing, Chris is the funny thing. Not in this case. I have to see that, so I can't.
No.
Well,
See, I feel
Well, here's
it's
the problem.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
I feel it's a Falcon versus Ant-Man thing. He's like, don't nobody tell Shredder about this shit at all. Like,
Yes.
don't tell him that Steve. Don't tell him that Bob over there got a broken leg because of that
All right,
rat.
man.
All right.
So,
He got a
hey,
broken
man, what's wrong, man?
leg.
Terry ain't waking up. I think he did.
He's like, why
Oh,
you
did he
walk-
kill
like,
Terry? He
like,
killed
hold
that
up.
nigga.
I said, yo, why Kevin? Like, hold up, why Kevin walking like that? Nah, man, I lost my footing. I'm good. I'll be all right.
Why Terry twitching on the ground? I don't know. He doing
yeah.
break dancing. I don't
All
know.
right, this is what he is. Everybody that's on the ground, stay on the ground. No. Master Tatsu told us you ain't you get it where you fit in. Blood in, blood out.
First of all, I'm mad.
Los Vatos.
I'm mad. I'm honest to God, I'm really like I was mad at that part because it was Danny who snitched out the location of where
This
the turtles
little
were.
bitch ass nigga.
Which again,
It's always a white boy. It's always a white boy who caused the trouble in the first place that come in the end. I want to redeem myself.
Which is ironic because you got these giant ass turtles sneaking like ninjas, hiding and stuff, and Danny happens to see Michelangelo on the table, turns around, he ain't there and shit. I'm like, God damn.
I love that.
I love that he replaced. No, I like that he replaced himself with a stuffed panda bear.
I loved it because when he saw the panda bear, he turned around again. I would have moved the panda bear just to fuck with him more.
I mean, it's just like they're doing their best to try to hide.
I loved it because Michelangelo was flawless. Michelangelo knew he was caught. Michael was like, yeah, how you doing? Well, you turn, I'm gonna be going.
And I like
knew he was
and the fact that
that's how smooth he was.
The fact that Daddy was all like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here, just done and stuff. And
Real
also,
thought, Donatello had the best hiding spot because my man went right into the shower and Donnie like, zip.
And this is why the Danny subplot is stupid. Why did we have to cut the Danny and his dad talking like, so you gonna tell me why you got arrested? Huh, Danny? And I'm like, why did this turn into an after school special for like 2 minutes?
It turned into an after school special.
Like Chris, that's why.
Hey, Chris, it turned into an after school, a pseudo after school special for all of a minute and a half, just so we can see him take the train to Bleecker Street. We knew where he was going.
Danny, get back here. I'm like, not really threatening there, sir.
I mean, I get it. You're in the middle of the road. You got bumper to bumper traffic right now. If you try to get out the car to go after your son, it's New York.
Eris, why the fuck when he went down Bleecker Street station, why they show where the Foot Clan's at? Instead of hearing that MC Hammer song, I heard the joke off of Belly. It would have went the same way.
First of all, we
It'd
wouldn't
been,
need
it'd
to,
been
we wouldn't need
over.
this. First of all,
Sam
everybody,
Rockwell talking to the kids in the
hold
background.
on,
Here
hold
comes
on,
the
D,
boom. Here
D.
comes the
First of
boom.
all, no, D. First of all, everybody would have been outside. It'd have been flashing lights. We just seen
Sweating.
everybody would have been sweating profusely.
And you know what I noticed too? That was a giant sausage party.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's crazy.
Wow, there wasn't a chick in this movie.
But here's the
was
kick.
there?
Here's the kicker though, because you said Danny. Actually, Danny stitched him out on them being in April's place, but I remember they followed Raphael when he saved April
The first time I'm talking about the first time they followed Raphael to get Splinter. That was to get Splinter. That second time he snitched him out and said, "Yo, I know where they hide."
I like how he just stepped up after the Shredder makes this grandiose speech and stuff. And he stepped up. He's like, "I know where they're at."
I liked it because Shredder turned and said, "Like, who the fuck said that?"
Who taught you how to do that shot? I didn't.
So since we
for one of you white boys to say something stupid in my head.
So since we talking about the actually that's that was something else I want to bring I wanted to circle back to real quick. So you guys remember when I mentioned earlier about Shredder doing the test against the 14s, right? If you go back and watch that scene where they show him give the Foot Clan mask to that one foot soldier, right?
Yeah.
If you look behind him when he kneels, you see my man doing this shit, holding his arm. He actually got cut by Shredder.
I noticed that, yeah, bro. You see this movie a lot. You do notice like little things, and you never really ask questions to it. So I always noticed that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Thank you, Brian. There was one chick. It was the girl playing pool with the bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
There was one girl.
Yeah. It's crazy too, because all right, so we actually goes into what you're saying, Harris, about scenes and stuff. So I think we talked before about how like books based off the movie, they have extra scenes and stuff, right? So you were right, sir, in the aspect of Tatsu in the novel of this movie actually did kill that kid out of frustration. So in the movie, they switched it up and was like, "Oh, he's just unconscious."
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I had a novelization. as a kid too. I don't remember it. I'll just be honest with you. I remember reading it front to back. I don't remember nothing about it, man. I was 7. I don't remember that.
There was 2 novelizations, somewhat for older kids. I think it was more like from ages 10 to 14 or something. It was a 2-part. No, it was a 2-parter. It was a 2-parter, and I have them. It was what was it? It was Ninja Turtles. The first battle, and the second book was called The Final Lesson.
I felt, it's wild to me is that so the guy that's playing Shredder, his name is James Saito and stuff. He's done other shows. Now here's the kicker about this, right? I hadn't seen the dude in a long time, right? Here I am. I'm sitting back watching Iron Fist. I believe it was season 2. He's part of the Madame Gao's gang as one of like the major bosses. I was like, is that the guy that plays Shredder? Holy shit, he's still wow, he's still out here, still acting. I'm like, oh,
I would give
this in these streets.
I would give this movie this. We said that this movie had straight up mentioned 4 Japanese people in this movie, and they're all played by Japanese people. That is incredibly hard, incredibly rare in 1990. That is super hard.
Like Mr. Obata himself, born out of Gunma.
Oh, Mr. I thought
that's Eris's part of the woods right there.
Yes, sir.
One of the bad guys of both China O'Brien movies.
He was.
Yep, and he was also Saito in Showdown in Little Tokyo, an underrated movie with Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee.
That was a good movie, by the way.
It's kind of funny. Little Tokyo, the Little Tokyo movie and the Big China movie are movies that we really need to start doing at 3 Black Geeks. I think Big Trouble.
We already talked about a Cynthia Rothrock movie, so we have to do the China O'Brien.
We're gonna do. China O'Brien has been China O'Brien and the movie with Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh. I forgot the name of that movie. They did 2 movies. I think there was something like White Tiger or some shit. I forgot the name of that.
So Brian brought up something that I've been saying this for the better part of 10, 15 years now. is that we need a perfect cut. Brian, that one part that I mentioned, that's just one. There's another scene, several in fact. They filmed them and everything. So you guys know that if you go back and read the original script for the 90 Ninja Turtles movie, there were a number of things that they did shoot and film, but ultimately they ended up cutting it.
Mhm.
So one part in particular, you guys know when like after Raphael wakes up and him and Leonardo make up, and then the very next scene we see them like training together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that part in particular, like remember that part, and then remember I think like a couple of scenes later we see Leonardo meditating and he hears Splinter's voice.
Yeah.
And then they have that night scene of them being visited telepathically by Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
So according to the script, those two scenes in particular were switched.
Wait, so
The meditation scene, that was supposed to be the very first thing after Raphael woke up.
Okay. Not them training.
Not them training. No.
Okay, that would make more sense though. That would make more sense though.
So the
It is
meditation,
kind of funny you right when you say it like that. Yeah.
yeah, the meditation part, that was supposed to take place first. And then when they started training the next day, if you remember you probably remember seeing those still shots on the internet where Donatello was wearing the freaking farmer straw hat and Leonardo was sitting on the fence and they were watching. It looked like they were watching something. So
I saw like a behind the scenes.
It was a behind the scenes thing. Like it was a behind the scenes thing. Mm-hmm. What it really was they were watching Raphael and Michelangelo train. And as they were training, Leonardo starts to have an epiphany and he says, look, like he stops the whole training and he says, guys, the whole point of this training is to not overpower each other. We're supposed, we have to work together, working out strengths, weaknesses, yada, yada, yada. Leonardo comes up with a fighting method and all the turtles practice it. So the fighting method was Leonardo would take his headband and he would turn it backwards so that he's completely blind. And so so he tells everybody to come at him. So it's 3-on-1. They're having and that begins like their first blind training together. Now this whole training sequence was going to take up like a good chunk of footage and a good chunk of time in the movie. It honestly
say that too.
It honestly would have made this movie go from being like an hour 33 minutes to probably almost 2 hours.
But I mean, given their budget and stuff, it made sense why they had to cut it down.
No, but they filmed it. That's the thing. A lot of this stuff was filmed. They just ultimately cut it.
And I think it's one of two things. And usually when it comes to cutting like a whole scene like that, it's always either time or narrative.
Right. But there's more. But there's more to this. So that was the first one. Leonardo, he was able to get it like that, because he came up with the idea. Raphael tries it.
Fuck that part of the game, by the way, behind you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. He tried. I mean, he
the
comes
second I saw those bubbles, PTSD. Anyway, go ahead.
But Raphael tries it, and at first he doesn't get it. But then he kept practicing, and then eventually he ends up getting it as well. Then what happens next was there was actually a training sequence of them continuing that training method in the barn. See, we never actually seen. The only time we actually saw the barn was Raphael standing on top of it shouting Splinter's name. But they actually did do training inside the barn, and they came up with the game. And this part of their training actually came back later in the movie, which is why I wish they could have kept that scene in this movie because it would have made a whole lot more sense for the part I'm about to talk about. So what they did was they played this game called Ninja Hot Potato. Ninja Hot Potato is they take an apple, they take a bite of it first, and they have to defend, like one has to defend themselves against the other three. Then after they defend themselves, they toss it up in the air. Whoever catches it, do the same thing. Take a bite, defend yourself. All four do it, blindfolded, by the way. And at the end of it, it gets to Leonardo. He gets it, and as soon as he's finished defending himself, my man tosses the apple away because the game is over. And that's when we cut to April and Casey of them having their conversation. And that's when we get the line. it's time to go back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that
I
whole
agree with you because when you see, here's a funny thing. As much as I would agree, glad they didn't add it on. Oh my God, do you know how much that would have made this whole movie 10 times better if you added that on? There needs to be a perfect version of this movie.
Because there was a
Just
part.
simple and plain. It needs to be.
There was a part in the training, they kind of cut it because this is how they actually trained all that footage. If you go back and watch that scene of them like fighting each other, you notice that one of them had their bandana like hanging from the side.
I noticed that too.
That was a part of the blind training that they were doing.
It was that,
and it was
like
Michelangelo.
It was that. It was the one little shot. Even like I said, of course, the older I got, the more behind the scenes pictures and even some little footage I saw and all the rest of that. It's just the older I got, it's like, and then of course, the last time when I watched it this time, doing this review, when I saw Split, I sat there like, okay, what did y'all do?
Right. What did y'all do?
You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm a grown adult seeing that, and now it's like really in context of you shooting this film. What were you doing? What you said, now we ain't gonna put all the rest of that before that.
Again, there was a whole series of training that they did, and they ultimately just left all of that on the cutting room floor.
I wonder, is it because of? And I look, and I'm not saying this is true, but D is. I'm gonna blame Danny.
I'm gonna blame the Danny subplot.
I mean, yeah.
And look, and once again, like Chris said earlier, you kind of need the Danny subplot, but you just told me a whole thing where the Ninja Turtles, I could see more film of these two dudes in costume, training, doing all the rest of that, and
developing a fighting technique.
And yeah. In 1990, that doesn't make a good movie. In 2010 and up, that makes a good movie.
Now, remember when I said
like stuff like that, you can't cut stuff out of movies like that now. Back in the day, you could, not now.
Remember when I said remember when I said they played that game of Ninja Hot Potato with the apple?
Mm-hmm.
Cut back to when they went back to their lair, and the Foot Clan decided to drop in on them, and they shot steam at them, and they were beating the shit out of them. And as soon as the steam was cut off, you see Raphael with the apple going, "Gosh, I really hope there's more of them." That's what that was in reference to. That was part of their training.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of.
I love that.
See, and this is why this is why learning about that and then seeing that part at the end, I was like, why did they put this in the movie? We need
again, like I said, the best way I can say it, back in 1990, that shit just didn't make an interesting movie.
I mean, I think you also figure you're talking 1990.
Wait. I'm sorry. Stop. This is just D's comment. So you mean to tell me, and I'm looking behind you, Harris, it was easier to kill Shredder than it was to kill Craig? That Craig fight went on for a solid 5 minutes. It ain't been a minute and a half with Shredder. I hate that game for that. I hate that game for that.
I think it's funny because I think for everything that this movie did in terms of adapting from the comic and stuff, you also figure during this period of time, you're talking about a movie that's coming off of the 89 Batman. This is a movie that had a third of the budget that the 89 Batman movie did. $13 million. And you're talking about the fact that they took that $13 million. They used a studio in Wilmington that the state took over because it was about to go bankrupt. And they were like, all right, we'll take this 13 million and we'll do this movie there, which probably helped that studio in that small town and stuff, obviously.
And then you had to get all those principal shots over them principal shots, and some of the shots you had to do in New York City was probably easy as hell to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Oh, I ain't say they were cheap, but I'm pretty sure they were easy to do.
And you factor in, like I said, 13 million, you figure all the stuff that they had to do. Like Corey Feldman got paid $1,500 to do the voice of Donatello.
I'm sorry, how much?
$1,500.
$1,500
just to do the voice.
Just to do the voice.
Wow.
Now bear in mind, this was said to him because I think he said this in the interview. I remember it. It was basically like, hey, you do the voice here, this is going to lead to long-term stuff, which I think he was in was the second movie that he did the voice?
What? He was in the third movie.
Second and third.
He came back for the third.
Yeah, he came back for the third, but he didn't come for the second. But it was just weird that was the whole thing. They were really pressing him like, oh, this could lead to something big. Like there was going to be some residuals and stuff. And granted, for an indie movie, getting paid $1,500 ain't bad. But the fact that this movie made a lot of money at the box office, I would have to imagine he probably felt some way like, hold up, I got $1,500 and this movie made how much money in the box office? The fuck?
I think, and I think, and I
Well,
think
that's the thing. I don't, unlike a lot of movies where they had a very small budget, but then it turns around into a huge profit.
Mhm.
If they were paid to scale, that'd have been different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you gotta think about it, especially doing voicing now, it gotta get a lot more than that. And I'm pretty sure they did approach Corey Feldman with like, yo, this is gonna be a franchise, this is gonna be a bigger thing, and all the rest of that. I guarantee you, it was probably a thing for him to do the voice of Donatello on I doubt the television show, but I don't know, like the fucking live action, the concert or some shit. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they had just ridiculous shit in that contract that they were going to do, and it never came up.
Steve Barron has an interesting career because Turtles was pretty much his first big movie, right? Independent movie as it was, right? But then, like he was basically a music video director essentially. But like after he did Turtles, he still went back and did music videos, ZZ Top, and all that stuff, right? Then his next movie, Coneheads.
Yeah.
and then the movie after that,
we're gonna do that movie, by the way.
and
We're
then-
doing Coneheads this year, by the way.
And then the movie after that, The Adventures of Pinocchio, the Jonathan Taylor Thomas one.
Yeah, what?
He did that.
This trajectory is weird.
I mean, that movie, I remember it did pretty decent in the box office because family movie, obviously.
Yeah.
But Coneheads is the one that was like, oh man, how did you get wrapped into that?
I don't know. I don't know why. Look. Here's the funny thing, and I know I'm going to be the apologist when we get to that movie this year, when we get to Coneheads. But I want to know, why do everybody hate Coneheads? I don't know.
It was the SNL movie, but everything about this movie with Turtles is like when you get to that finale with them fighting all the Foot Clan, and you get to that fight with Shredder.
I loved it so much because at this point they're trash talking. They just easily kicking their ass.
The skateboarding shit had me in tears because all of a sudden you hear Raphael show off.
I like that. I like how Raphael. I like how Leonardo was pretty much going up the fire escape. Wah. He's lighting everybody up going up that fire escape. I'm dying.
Dude, then Shredder just comes in like a final fight boss.
But prior to that, prior to the final fight drop, I do want to mention Casey Jones getting his man on. My man took a golf club, gut shot there. My man gut shotted Tatsu, and of course add insult to injury. 4. My man said, I'll never call golf a dull game again.
I like how Tatsu just.
Hey man, this is our family.
Called
this your family?
It's like,
you call this?
You call this
that down there? Your family?
Kidding me? Giant rat. He's like, Shredder uses you. Sam Rockwell's like,
Shredder uses you, and you will never.
Sam
Kevin
Rockwell.
Clash, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Clash. I don't give a fuck.
The voice of Elmo.
I don't give a fuck what anybody say. He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
He's awesome.
Yes, he did have a relationship with that 16-year-old. He was cool with it. They were cool.
Yeah, you know what? Again, we're not condoning it, but
no.
at least Kevin Clash.
That was me being funny because it was one of those gay relationships that just did. Ooh, the optics on that whole relationship.
Look,
it was one of those things. Like, why y'all? Me and Kevin were cool with each other.
But here's the thing.
It was good. He did nothing inappropriate.
I appreciated that Kevin stepped down from Sesame Street, didn't double down. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
But that was a weird time anyway, because right now, what's going on with the Muppet name in Disney? Not fun. It's not fun right now.
It's almost like when you think about it, it's almost like Fox with Disney.
Yeah,
dude. It's like two things. Disney had let me just put it just to really make it quick. The people at Jim Henson wanted to go the way of Jim Henson, the way he always went, the way they always did puppetry, the way they always wanted to provide for the Muppets and all the rest of that. Disney was like, that's nice. We're going to Disney that shit. No. Shh. It's Winky time now, okay?
So
Shut the
that's
fuck up and
nice.
here's the money.
Like that's
Take the
nice.
money.
Oh
Now,
yeah, by the
so
way,
now if you
by the
were
way,
like,
the guy that wants to do Kermit, the guy that does
uh,
Kermit, yeah, we fired him. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Shut
it's
the fuck
like,
up.
yeah,
Jim Henson died years ago. Fuck off. Okay,
hey
that's the
D,
way
that's a
they've been treating it.
hey D, that's a great idea. Now, if you have the next, now for the next 40 minutes, we're going to tell you why this is a terrible idea.
Also, by the way, I don't give a fuck what you think. Kermit will be in a gay relationship. Just deal with it. Just
No.
deal with it,
Hey
sir.
D, here's the best part. Hey D, this is the best part. We put Kermit in the gay relationship, but Bert and Ernie are still
No.
straight.
That'd
See
be
that?
hilarious.
That's
That would be
What
yeah.
they
See,
see
that
what
hilarious.
would be hilarious.
what they did with Kermit was different. Miss Piggy has competition with another pig that's like the Nicki Minaj pig or whatever and shit. I don't know if you remember that.
It wasn't even that pissed off the dude that did Kermit's voice. It was like he was just reading the whole thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Kermit with a lot of people, he wouldn't do this and do that. Why would Kermit do that? Okay. I'm pretty sure that person that died years ago, Jim Henson, would say that. Yes, I'm gonna keep saying that to you, sir. This is owned by the mouse now. Isn't that right, Mickey? I can't do my Mickey voice right now. I can't do it. Thank you, Eris. Thank you. I can't do Mickey right now. But yeah, But that's what's going on with Jim Henson. But yeah, it is kind of funny
Oh god.
to see the puppetry so good in these two movies. And then when Jim Henson left and it kind of falls on that little weird route that like kind of eventually went to Saban later on.
There's puppetry.
It's
I would say
a tough thing.
it's a class. It's a class.
tough thing, nigga.
It's a class in itself. There's really two that from my coming up that I highly respect.
I
The
mean,
puppetry, like hold on, Chris. The puppetry in the Ninja Turtles films and the puppetry in Chucky.
but they still Dark Crystal show on Netflix, that's all puppets, and it still holds up pretty well. It's weird about that show is like it's
Jim Henson.
It's a mix of like the Jim
It's the
Henson.
no, it's the Jim Henson name. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, the puppetry is good, but they managed to splice it in with some of the bigger scenes with CGI, but they managed to meld it so well that you think it's like 100% practical the whole way.
Despite what I said about how the Muppets are kind of going since being a Disney, the last two movies look fantastic. They look fantastic for a Muppets movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as the puppetry, they still look like puppets, but yet they can blend in the real world, and they want to put in CGI and stuff like that. They can be clever, and it still kind of looks puppety. You know what I mean? So hey, I will give Disney that much. At least they know how to do that very, very well.
Yeah, it's just that's a different story.
So,
altogether. But like, but like I said, the whole fight sequence. That's number one. This is the one and only time we see Shredder out here putting hands on people because the next movie, nothing.
This is actually the one time we actually see him fight the turtle.
That's the thing. Yeah, he's actually fighting. Like
I liked how Shredder took it so far as to say, "Nah, I'm going out there myself.
Yep.
And I'm gonna have to fight
get him myself, man."
I know, right?
It was like Bison in Street Fighter after Ryu punched him in the face. It's like, oh, word. Take the clothes off. All right, nigga, we going.
No, he hit him with the Bison. I'll fight you on your own level.
Bro,
Come on.
But like, I'm looking. Look. Side note, I'm looking at Bison like, bruh, you got Ryu as the powerful person. You had to know you're going to catch a fucking fist to the face at some point here.
Saying,
you've been after him for months.
Dude, as soon as you saw the screen turn red and you see Ryu,
you had androids.
Bam! I was like,
had androids. You have a person that you sent out there. They got a big ass 3-foot scar on his body from this nigga
that you insulted, by the way, in front of him. Like, yeah, anybody that can kick the shit out of a guy, I want. Somewhere, Sagat is watching the fucking camera view of that fight. Like, good, Ryu, good.
You know, when you say that, Chris, that means. When you say that means there's a motherfucking robot wearing LR gear, shirt, and all that shit, looking at that shit in the background.
You know what's really sad? You know what's really sad is, bruh, when he told Sagat, The world is your arena, not the street.
Man, he
Bars.
got you.
That's bars.
Balls.
It's like, some guy, Biden's
World
like,
is your arena.
what's this guy? What's One Eye Willie gonna do? Punch me in the face?
Oh, what are you going to do? Lose to Ryu again?
Like what? You're gonna touch your no? Hold on. What are you gonna do? Touch your scar? It lights up, and suddenly you have the ability to fight back.
Balrog in the corner. Oh snap!
Oh man, you know what? For Matt, you know what? If you had 20/20 vision, maybe you could see.
I'm sorry. Watching Bison in the Street Fighter movie in 1080p, I guess you didn't see that, did you?
Did you?
Perfect.
That movie
So-
that movie was listen, guys, that movie was several kinds of terrible, but damn it had its golden moments.
Yo, I like how all the turtles go at him, either get flipped or just straight up kicked.
Nigga,
I like how
he worked them over.
I like how
Worked 'em.
Raphael and Leonardo took most of that shit because
Meanwhile-
Leonardo tried his best. Nigga didn't have his swords, thinking like, yeah, thugs.
Here's how ain't shit you two, aka Michelangelo Donatello was. Want to shoot for it? Sure.
Yes.
Damn. That's both of y'all. Like, I'm getting fucking jumped. I want to shoot for it.
I was like, all right, I was like, hey, D, match it for it. Rock.
Nice.
No, Chris, hold on. You still getting your ass whooped, right? Here's me and D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Best out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You broke my leg, you sons of bitches.
Hurry up.
Like, all right.
Consciousness.
All right, D, listen. We can settle it like this, all right? First to 5 and third strike. Let's go.
Bro, you know what had me rolling? Is all of a sudden fucking
It's like a
Michelangelo.
pole.
It was a Donatello, Michelangelo. Yeah, bam! I'm like,
No,
wow,
that was Leonardo. He
Yeah.
went for the leaping 2-sword attack, and I
roll
love
cancel.
not even roll cancel. That was a pure Tekken sidestep smack.
When somebody uses a coma and thinks that fireball shit's gonna work, nah, bro. Sidestep, punch in the face.
Missed step.
What did you learn today? You don't shoot fireballs, sir. You know what? Let's talk about that. Who knew that the Steven Seagal School of Judo
For
flips?
4 days, though. He's right. For
Mm.
days, he was sitting up there, not malnourished, not getting water, not getting food, and
My
yet
man,
Apparently,
Steven
there was a
Seagal
deleted
judo
scene.
flipped.
Apparently, there was a deleted scene where Danny offered him water. I'm totally making that.
and
I'm
then-
totally.
and then he-
Wait. I'm totally making that up. But I would be
I was about to
so
say, I
mad if
was
that
like,
turned out to
man.
be true.
you know, Daddy walked over there with his hand open, like, here, drink. Get a fucking cup, kid. What do you want?
What kind of shit is this?
Like get a cup.
You know,
kid.
you're a
It is-
rat.
Hey,
you
D,
know?
no, D. Get a cup, kid. It is COVID season. I don't know where your hands have been.
He's like, you know, because you're a rat, you know? It's like, yes, I'm a rat, but I have a vocabulary better than yours. Give me a
Right.
goddamn cup.
Look at me writing fucking
Put some
turtle.
respect on my name.
Do you know that I am a rat from Japan?
Rewriting fucking rewriting turtles for 2020 sensibilities. Splinters talking about the deadly COVID and shit.
Danny, look, hold on. Danny's light-skinned, half black, half white now.
And also,
Hold on.
wait. Let me go ahead and say it, Chris. He's all of that, D, plus non-binary.
No, sir. No, sir. I
Yes.
take it a step further. It's Juicy Smollett because this is comeback film, you see. In Juicy Smollett, we don't care.
There are so many more talented white people. There are so many talented yellow people in Hollywood.
We gotta go. It's either
So many.
we get Juicy
You pick the
Smollett
one
or
that
we
should be in jail right now for lying to cops.
No,
That's the
this-
way you.
This is his paying penance. This is his comeback movie.
You made the Chicago PD the good guys. You know how hard that is, nigga? Do you know how hard
Rahm
for
Manuel is
niggas be
laughing.
like, hey man, I feel bad for them motherfuckers.
Rahm Manuel is laughing that Juicy Smollett rehabbed him off rip.
Oh my god.
Chicago people
Juicy-
hate Rahm Manuel. Now they're like, man, I guess this Rahm Manuel guy ain't that bad. He got Juicy Smollett in jail. Like, fuck.
Oh my god. So let me get this right. The Ninja Turtles clearly have lost control here. So
by the way,
Yes.
Splinter, great master, sitting on the sidelines watching them getting fucking washed. Clearly, because he has to make his big entrance of "I am here, Shredder," with the wind blowing.
It's
Like, so you were watching for how long, sir?
Like, my man, I know who you are. First of all, they rolled a whole bunch of foot soldiers.
I also like the fact.
And besides, if I were to come in and save their ass and they didn't even fight them, they would have never learned anything.
No, and Chris, you're not saying the best part. Here's the best part. Oh man, Master Splinter.
Oh, here's the best.
How do you lose? How do you lose a 4-foot rat in New York City? And I know that sounds like that's been said before, and it probably has. But how do you lose a 4-foot rat?
Casey Jones had the best. Casey Jones said it best, man.
Ooh,
He
that
said,
does.
And no, they all looked up going, man, looks like your boys are going to need some. Where'd he go?
I know, right? It's a fucking Batman technique.
You have a rat the size of a child.
Dude, this is why I love the Batman animated series when Batman disappears from Jim Gordon. He's like, did it again. Fuck.
Like, one of these days, I'm gonna beat him to the check.
Remember when Batman left like 35-cent tip for coffee when
Yep.
it just disappeared? I was like, huh.
Like, one day, I'm gonna beat him to the check.
Flo putting pies out, didn't see Batman just disappear.
I think
all right.
J.K. Simmons looking over his shoulder to see no Batman was the best one. Like,
Yeah.
of course, sure.
Yeah.
That's what it was with J.K. Like, sure, that's what you do. Okay, cool, fine, whatever.
Yeah, also Flash is like, they left. That's rude. like, all right. You got me, Snyder. You got me.
Like, all right, Zach, that was funny. Here's Josh. Actually, stop, Josh. Just stop. There's a lot of sexual allegations around you, and I don't think you should be talking.
Josh looking at Zach like, first off, sir, you're right. Second off, why you have a muscle shirt on? This is really strange.
What you got a muscle shirt on?
Very strange. Why are you flexing right now? What's going on here?
So I like the fact that not only did this rat get up all the way atop, but Shredder
Ninja Warrior his ass.
Shredder saw him and knew what time it was and was like, "Oh, motherfucker.
Took the mask off.
It's time to do this. Do you know how long I waited? All these years I said to myself, fuck, I should have killed that rat."
Motherfucking Shredder wakes up in cold sweats every night because of that fucking scratch. Lobo,
I don't know.
Sheriff Lobo.
You don't understand. You don't understand. I have been waiting my entire career for this. My son, stand back. I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Yo, here. All of a sudden you hear Raphael. Yo, Leo, watch this shit.
It's like, watch this shit.
About to roll his ass.
Now, here's the
all right. So hold on. So okay, what's the over and under that Shredder is gonna get? Is gonna get rolled.
So here's the thing. Now I understand puppetry at the time and all the rest of that shit, whatever.
I always say look out for the floor.
Oops.
No, what I always loved was the foreshadowing. I've always enjoyed the foreshadowing when Shredder made them get rid of their weapons, and when Mike tosses his nunchucks,
Clink, clink, clink.
and that one nunchuck just hung off of that ladder, and so I said, oddly placed nunchuck. Oh yeah, Splinter's coming up that way. Yeah, I got you. So as soon as he comes running at him, my man just took out Michelangelo's nunchuck and just twirled that shit, caught it, judo flipped him, and you know what? Good form on the flip, by the way. That was a real good form. He kept
I
both
know.
legs, kept both legs together and everything, and
I mean-
cleaned the rooftop. By the
I
way,
mean, the part I
he
liked
cleared
about
the
it-
rooftop.
Now, see, Eris, that's true. But I want you to go back to the replay. Look how he arched his body. The way he arched his body was him trying to make sure he made a clean break into it, and he did. Wow, wonderful. Show
Yeah.
that other angle. Wow, beautiful.
Absolute.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oroko Saki,
A-
he gets 10s in my book.
Abs-
I don't know what the
absolute-
judges think.
Absolute 10.
Look. All I'm saying is, I like how we got the commando. You remember when I told you I'd kill you last, Sully? I lied. That was Shredder. You just Master Splinter was like, I could save you, but you know.
No, here's the thing.
I love it because
I'm
Splinter over
willing-
here,
I'm-
Martin Luther King in it with him. You realize that if we continue to fight, we will still be like, nah, nigga, fuck you.
My
Here's a
man
knife.
really, my man really thought that by
Pocket knife,
throwing,
shake,
he really thought by throwing the freaking knife at him. I'm
The kunai.
like by throwing. Actually, that wasn't even a kunai. That was a
I
whole
think-
ass. That was a short sword.
Oh,
He-
okay. My bad.
He tried to throw a whole ass short sword at him. I'm like, you do know that he has to let go of one of his hands. I'm like, Shredder, you didn't necessarily think this all the way through, did you?
Apparently, Shredder got crushed inside there with Casey Jones. Whoops.
Yeah, which was hilarious.
Which is even more hilarious. And two, jumping ahead, we see Shredder clearly has yesterday's newspaper clippings on his face. Why didn't you save me? But sir, that was like 6 months ago. Like, what do you want me to do here? Like, thought you were dead, man.
I would not like to imagine that he really has been sitting in that
Nasty New York dumpster.
garbage dump for 6 months. I would refuse to believe that.
Garbage juice, just the only thing he can have.
Going into every orifice.
Shredder didn't take a shower.
He did not.
He just went in there,
We all know
sharpened his helmet. That was it.
We all know that my man just pulled the compactor, which, by the way, did you like how in Child's Play 3 they reused that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Chucky pulling the Casey Jones.
Also, D, why did you say Martin Luther King? That I didn't even pick that up on there just with the quotes.
Because every time Splinter opened up his mouth,
My man Splinter was
Confucius says,
no,
it
my
ain't
man.
just Confucius
No, it ain't
shit.
Confucius.
It was just some real shit.
Yeah.
Do you realize the more black people that walk around in life thinking that they have no connection, not just to their homeland, but to their own community,
No.
is a shame.
No. D, you're not gonna do this to me. You're not gonna inspire me to go out there and throw on a dashiki and a kufi on Master Splinter.
I will.
You are
In
not
fact,
doing this.
In fact, I'm not doing that now.
I
I actually don't have
you
the
know,
desire to do it now. But I'm just saying. Also, if your girl has a period, she is unclean.
look, man. When he was just like, "Yo, Splinter, why are you trying to say this white boy?"
First of all, Splinter, you do know that Splinter was
I
mostly
am
speaking.
not trying to
Like you
speak
do,
because
like
he's skin,
you do know.
but only realize that the system that he is in.
You
is
do know.
corruption.
You do know that the whole time that Splinter talked in this movie, he was mostly speaking in proverbs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, look. Brian has a point.
If you hit a
He,
man,
Yes, he's a Mishima.
He took from the Mishima school of "I throw you off cliffs."
wait a
Instead
minute.
of
Splinter's
clip,
a Mishima.
yeah, Shredder's a
Splinter's
Mishima,
a Mishima.
not Splinter. Well, in a way, yes, he's the Mishima for yeeting his ass.
Yeah,
off
yeeting
of
off of it just
off of a freaking rooftop. But
which
Shredder
Oh.
and Shredder in his case is freaking Kazuya because he took that shit.
in stride.
That you probably say to yourself, "Well, he's not Geese Howard." I'm ashamed of you because Geese Howard killed himself on purpose.
That
Yeah,
and
he
first
lived-
and second of all, Geese Howard was knocked off Geese Tower. He wasn't
no.
yeeted.
No. And Geese Howard looked at Terry in his face and was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction."
No, it was like this.
Ah!
No, it was. Watch this. This is what happened. Like Geese. Log. Live the king. Terry. What?
The No, because it's fatal. Hold on, D. Because it's Fatal Fury. Long live the king of Southtown.
With that fucking maniacal fucking shit-eating grin that he has as he's falling down.
Oh God! Imagine the
No.
credits. Imagine.
Even better, D. Right before Geese decides to throw himself off of Geese Tower, he says, Terry, tell Yamazaki I said, gotcha.
Billy Kane about ready to beat the shit out of Terry, like, you threw our boss out of here. I'm unemployed. And Terry's like, whoa, no, sir. First off, sir, he threw himself off. I tried to save him, try to save your job. Don't know what to tell you, brother. Buddy,
Billy over there.
My man said,
Here's
tell
Billy.
Yamazaki I said, gotcha. I ain't paying you, nigga.
Here's Billy. What am I fighting for? What are we all fighting for?
like,
Look,
Billy,
look,
you're
hold on, right
British.
there. We said, "Long live the king of Southtown." Why is like you see Terry walking off with the credits playing in the background? You hear the radio host coming there. Local financial news on Southtown. Southtown, the most financially broke city in all of America. We have more to this story. Why is that? It seems that Geese Howard has, and you come to find out that this nigga was broke the entire time.
Wolfgang Krauser comes in there and starts introducing
millionaire philanthropist Geese Howard.
Millionaire philanthropist. And just look at the picture they use is him getting baptized.
No, they use the real bout picture, so it's him, Billy, and Hopper and Ripper.
Krauser comes in there, and all of a sudden he starts introducing Southtown to crypto and shit. And it's like, oh shit, crypto.
Yo.
Then we get then years pass, and we're into Garu Mark of the Wolves, and fucking Kane is introducing NFTs.
A young man by the name of Rock Howard is going to strike the world with NFTs. I didn't want to be here. Why are we doing NFTs, Dad? I'm not your dad, son. My name is Kane. You would call me by Mr. Kane.
You would call me by Mr. Kane.
Hey, kid, you're going to call me. Who are you? My name's Terry. I kind of killed your dad. I said kinda because he did it himself, but nobody wants to believe me.
Time out for a second. Funniest scene in Resident Evil 6 is how they tried to make this big deal about Chris telling Jake, I knew your dad. And I like how Jake, who didn't know his dad from shit, right? All of a sudden, he's like, yeah, I work with your dad. I like how Jake was like, you did? What do you know about him? Yeah, I killed him. Jake pulls his gun out on him, and I'm like, you didn't know your dad? He abandoned you, sir. Didn't even seek you out.
I would have. How dare you? I would have added. Man that never raised me.
First of all, I would have added additional insult to injury by saying, "Yeah, I knew him, and I made him eat an entire rocket."
But here's the funny
while
part.
He was inside of a volcano attempting to kill me with his freaking Ouroboros arms while I was in the damn helicopter.
See, that's what made Jake.
Wait a minute, why'd you do that? Your dad had Neo powers, son.
But that's what made Jake asking him, was this business or personal? Both. All right.
It was both. Because hey, CJ, hold on. It was both. Because at the end of it, I had enough of his bullshit.
I like how Jake was like, this is bigger than both of us. Then why the fuck did you pull the goddamn gun on the kid? Why?
Hello, D Shaw 3 Baggy. Hey Jake, why any of this? Like, why any of this? Like, yo.
Dude, his own boy was like, sir, you didn't have to tell him, but I had to, my conscience, all right?
Anyway, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, 3 Black Geeks, we have done what we done best. We have gone into tangents and gone off the movie because we stopped talking about it. Let's just end this by the best thing in the world. I remember so many kids loving the ending where it was like, yeah, awesome, TMNT radical, bitchin', and do all that shit. And here comes Splinter, and I remember it clear as day. I always loved Cowabunga. Everybody in the movie theater cracked up. I actually remember parents laughing at that shit. Cool little moment.
Partners.
That was a cool moment.
Turtle Power song. That song.
Turtle
Power. I mean, I wish Snap.
I wish Snap did it. I listened to it today. That whole soundtrack.
Hey. Hey,
you
MC
you by
Hammers,
yourself on that one.
MC
Hey,
Hammers.
hey,
This is
hey,
what we
Kurt
do.
Harris. I owned it as a kid.
So did
just
I.
said-
I still
just
own
look,
it.
just-
And guess
yeah,
what?
look.
Hold on. Just to show that I give zero fucks when anybody thinks, I will go out and buy the re-release on vinyl.
Good for you,
Technotronic.
Harris. Good for you.
Technotronic was the shit.
Good for you. Now that being said, that album was some shit. I don't give a fuck what
You know what? You know what?
This is what we
you.
do.
Ooh,
You know what's
Harris,
weird?
I'm just saying this. This is all I want to say. It's 1990.
It's
Dude,
1990.
dude,
Technotronic was on it.
Technotronic is on it, nigga.
Technotronic. By the way, again, this is the 90s. So in my head, I didn't know these artists. I knew these artists were overseas artists clearly and stuff, but like it's amazing the amount of music that came from like Belgium and the UK and all these
Yeah.
places. It's insane when I looked them up, what country they came from, just how much of it just migrated to the US because of the electro house scene and stuff that we had underground in the United States. It's insane.
Bro, let me tell you something. Technotronic has made a record of being on every Ninja Turtle movie from the 90s.
Caked up, probably. I mean,
They only put out that one album of Pump Up the Jam.
dude, Partners in Crime, their biggest hit was Turtle Power.
Yeah. That was it.
I mean, it's Capitol Records, so they probably got abused on
Yep.
that record label. So
Oh, you know they did.
Yeah, I mean, and the sick part is that they had to do a fucking album for fucking the Coolest Ice movie.
Partners in Crime.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, by the way, Chris, Technotronic had been around from 1987 to 2001.
That's not shocking.
And let's be real, they never did top. They've only had 4 albums.
Partners in Crimes look like a bunch of regular ass dudes.
No, Partners in Crime, I'm just gonna say it. And it looks like they kind of ran with being the dudes that did Turtle Power.
Oh yeah, I would too. Surprised
I gotta be honest with you.
Comic-Con fucking
I gotta be honest with you. They're the black nerds that are older than us, where it gets kind of weird. You know it seems like they're those type of geeks where it's like I didn't like heavy metal like that, nigga. Nah.
Also, Chris, just so you know, Technotronic only it was only one guy from Technotronic.
Oh wow!
Everybody else that you've seen in the videos were all just associated acts.
Okay,
that were a part of Technotronic.
And they got like 4 different associated acts, but they ain't yeah.
I'm surprised Partner in Crime ain't doing the Comic-Con Chitlin circuit.
I think they are, because I see a couple of these pictures down here. It looks like they clearly like, yeah, we're going to be at this convention. You know what I mean?
Man, I mean, but you're right. I mean, let's be real. You think about the fact that time period and stuff, I don't blame them for like leaning hard into, oh, people know us from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're going to lean hard into that shit. And not too many artists ever wanted to do that. Because you think about Vanilla Ice when he did, the ninja rap shit, right? And you think about the fact that the ninja rap song by itself without that scene in the Turtles movie doesn't really hit compared to like when you watch it in the movie.
I guess
it'll never like as much as we love to make fun and poke at the nostalgia of ninja rap, it never will top Ice Ice Baby.
Oh fuck no! I mean, look,
it'll never top it.
Don't let Black Twitter confuse you, because them folks in Black Twitter love the fuck out some. They jammed out the Ice Ice Baby. Don't let them.
I hate how black people have we just I just
never like Vanilla Ice, nigga. You were tapping your feet to Ice Ice Baby. We'll be talking about.
Hold on, D. That cover is rough.
I know, that's why I picked this one. That one is straight from 1990.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, Donatello look hardcore as shit with the.
No, that looks like Raphael.
That is
Raphael.
That's Raphael. It's Raphael.
They make him look all hardcore and that shit. Like, just
here's the funny thing: the misconception is, and that's why I'm probably going to end up doing that. What's the name of that motherfucker? Cool as Ice one day for BAM. But when I think about it, it's like I feel like there's a fakeness to Vanilla Ice. Yeah, sure, you weren't gonna buy an album of this
but
white
you tapped
boy.
your feet to Ice Ice Baby.
But look, the one song I like is the one song where he was obviously copying the flow of Big Daddy Kane. He
Yeah.
was copying Big Daddy Kane's flow, a beat, the third, the fur, the word, the bird, the gird,
Yeah.
that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm hearing Ice do it. Here's me. There's something there.
It's
There's
like
something there. I know he didn't write these rhymes, and if he did, good for him. There's something there. And I'm thinking to myself, not all of y'all niggas hate this motherfucker. There's too many black
like,
people
I never
there
hated
are
him.
too many black people that let toxic white people go to hate Vanilla Ice. That's how I feel.
I mean, that's what it is. And like I said, I think the soundtrack, I definitely will buy this on vinyl, but it was just amazing. Like I think there's probably a video. I think the Turtle Power thing that they played around the time this movie hit, it really hit to like the general population of turtles, the kids. Like we said at the top of this episode, being a kid at that time and you get the bandana and stuff, and you had kids at the premiere, they got the turtle shell and the weapons and all that stuff. It was insane. Like, we don't get that now. I mean, we kind of sort of depend on the movie, but like, well, real talk, the last time we got anything like that, Black Panther.
No. Spider-Man just came out.
Okay, Spider-Man. Yeah,
That's
Spider-Man.
what I'm saying. We get all these Marvel movies,
AD, hold on. Can we say that the Partners in Crime was like the ending theme for this movie was what inspired it's the Z to the O to the double R O.
It is definitely up there with they're all 4 turtles. They live in the sewer. It's up there. It is really up there.
You can tell that you guys were writing what was happening in the movie. You made the song.
It's like that fucking Living Color sketch with fucking Kim Waynes and shit when she was doing that fucking Tracy Chapman. Oh my god, that's what the Partners in Crimes were doing. They were watching the '80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon and they were just rapping like,
dude named Shredder. He's gonna slash the niggas in half.
Oh my god, Splinter got kidnapped. Oh.
This picture is so disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
It is so disrespectful.
The level of disrespect
in the mouth, picking his teeth with the sigh.
The level of disrespect. That right there is a look of a turtle.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on, Chris. This is the look of a turtle that has the next day off.
I have seen the suit. D wasn't there. It was the year that I think I met up with Denzel at RetroCon. Somebody actually had like a replica of one, I think the Michelangelo suit. I'm gonna be real. This is how surreal those suits are, and I know it was a replica of it though. It's creepy in a way that if it was walking around, I would be freaked out and think that it was a real turtle walking around. That's how good those suits are.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see that picture that D just put up with Raphael picking his teeth with the side, it's like if Raphael was sitting next to me doing that shit, I would freak out internally, just like, I can't believe there's a giant turtle next to me. Like, that's like how crazy those suits are. Big time and stuff. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah, and it's. Yeah, I would say I think it's also the animatronics.
It's like the Predator suit. It's like the Predator.
It's really the animatronics in the face that freak you out, because I think it's more of the mouth moving and probably the eyes blinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the fact that black people know at least 5 people in their life that looks like a Ninja Turtle, so that kind of freaks us out.
I mean, look, hell, even to this day, the Predator suit. I mean, yeah, look,
and the Predator suit is honestly a series of parts.
And even the new Predator that came out a couple of years ago, the Predator is a guy in a costume.
I was say that was mostly practical effects what they used on the new one.
It's still to this day, it's still creepy with his naked face. Like, they still get that. Like, if a Predator was in my face right now, I would shit myself. I'm like
throwing the mandibles in his
in
your face.
And that's what really made shit. And that's what really made the Ninja Turtles so cool is the fact that not only you had to have guys in suits, but you had to have something move their heads while they do the puppetry.
Oh, it was hot. It was hot in those suits, by the way. Every actor said,
because that was metal, like all those moving metal parts inside that thing, and you're just.
Ernie Reyes Jr. said he had to drink a gallon of water just to stay hydrated inside that suit.
I believe it, bro.
And you're filming in hot ass North Carolina, by the way. If you've been to North Carolina, and 100 pounds,
100 pounds for 100 pounds.
there's 100-pound suits and you doing backflips, doing katas and shit.
Bravo to the stunt people, man. People,
that's
stunt,
why.
stunt,
That's why I'll still say forever that this movie, the first one, in my opinion, will always be the best Turtles movie. Period. I mean, to this day, they still have not been able to top it in terms of storytelling, timelessness. I don't care how many sequels have come out; like, not one touches this movie.
yeah,
Not one.
yeah.
I'm
I
agree
mean,
with you. You know, at this point, I'm at like when because I haven't seen it yet, but the fact that Batman and Batman Ninja Turtles is out and they're doing different things and then redid the story again for the 15th time. And now, mind you, when I say redid the story, I'm not one of these dudes who like the 87. No, I don't give a fuck. I stopped watching Turtles when I was like 10. I hope the kids still watch it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And kids still do fucking watch this shit. So you know,
The last time I actually got back into a Ninja Turtles cartoon, like hardcore, was the 2012 Ninja Turtles.
I would say the same thing.
2012 Ninja Turtles.
Johnny was like 4 years old. Yeah, I think it was a 2012 one.
2012 Ninja Turtles, in my opinion, was the best. It was by far the best way to get anybody interested in Ninja Turtles again. Sure, they took a lot of liberties and they threw a whole bunch of new stuff at us, but at the same time, it showed so much respect to its original lore as well as the original movie.
I mean, every iteration of Turtles, even the recent one that just passed with the Black April O'Neil, it's like every iteration of, like, you talk about the 80s that went into the 90s Turtles, that was like our generation, right? I still love the 2002 one and stuff. That was clearly for the comic book turtle fans, right?
Oh yeah, it was
And
definitely.
then you got the 20, and then like I said, the 2012 one. Even the 2007 one was definitely for the people that love the movies, because that was
it was only just that movie.
Yeah, I said that.
But
movie,
then you had they had 2 different ones made in the 2010. They had 3 different ones made in the 2010s.
Yeah,
The one in 2012, the one again in 2016, 17,
No.
and then again there was another one around.
Well, it was only the
no. D, there was only one series in 2012, and it didn't give us, and we didn't get a new series until after that series was done, and that was Rise of Ninja Turtles in 2018.
Yeah, that's the new one.
There was another one, wasn't there?
Nope.
No, wasn't there another one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was only
it was a CG one in 2012 because me and Eris interviewed the guys. And
no. I got you. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying there's a whole lot of different versions of the.
I mean,
you're probably thinking of all the video games and stuff that came out.
I'm not digging a video game on this one, man.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Again, I'm not knocking because there's so many different versions of this shit, man.
Oh, you're right, because that 2012 one lasted for like 5 years.
It was like 5 years.
Yeah, that's
it was
probably
a 5 year. It was a 5 year long run series.
Yeah.
Also, remember when we all thought for a hot second that Turtles was pretty much done when they put out that movie Turtles Forever?
Yeah. Oh, no, that was the funny thing about
it. That was like, yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
That was the funny thing about it. It was like Turtles and cartoons.
Wow, it really was too. Yeah, you got me on that one, guys. I'm sorry.
But that was the funny. That was the funny thing. It's like on the live action front, before we got the Bay ones, the animation one was going to keep churning regardless, because it's a moneymaker. It pops in toys. It does those things. It's always going to be there and stuff. So those were never going to gone. Even when, hey, look, I love Platinum Games. They made that mediocre Turtles game that I was really wishing it was really good, and then you're like,
it has so much potential to be good. The problem with the Platinum Games, like whenever they try to take on properties like Ninja Turtles or Transformers
one was dope as shit.
It was dope, but here's the problem: when you try to use Bayonetta or Metal Gear Rising as your base of making these games, it can only go one of two ways.
Either it works for Transformers, but Turtles.
That's what I'm saying. It works for Transformers, but then it's terrible for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's like you can't, and it worked for Avatar. That's the ironic part about it too. One
other piece of some good lore. So I love how the creators, both Laird and Eastman, love to throw their name into any Ninja Turtles product, whether it's a movie, cartoon, whatever, not even just for money, but just to say, hey, this is our thing. Right at the end of the movie, when the police chief shows up, right, and he asks, all right, I need somebody to talk to me. What the hell happened down here tonight? And of course the kids were like, Why don't you check out the East warehouse over there on Lairdman Island? You'll find your answer there. And
Oh man.
that was like my first time in forever catching that. Yeah, like the East Warehouse on Lairdman Island. Thank you, Brian. I'm like, bro. As soon as I heard Lairdman Island, I'm like, stop it,
It's
stop.
like, for the love of God, stop it.
This was just the first time they did this in a movie.
I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, look, let's be real. We could probably do a separate podcast about the video games because that would be separate. But yeah, this is like I said, Turtles was definitely one of those. Like, it's much like what it is. It reminded me of the big. I vaguely remember as a kid the fever pitch that Batman '89 got over on people because that was huge like the Turtles one was, except for the adults. So
Yeah. I will say this one thing that there's one thing that I have one memory, one big memory of all this shit is that going to Rivertown to watch this movie and coming out of Rivertown. At the time they still had the arcades up, but when you walked out, but what I got was a big surprise. When I walked out the arcade, I saw a whole bunch of motherfuckers playing the brand new Ninja Turtles arcade game, and I freaked the fuck out.
dude, I was at
So
Beltway Plaza Mall
hold on,
coming out the theater
you're
playing
talking
that.
about the very first Ninja Turtles arcade game, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
remember seeing that. I remember seeing that big ass arcade machine. Back then, I used to think the X-Men arcade machine was like the biggest one that I've ever seen. Then I see the Ninja Turtles one, and that shit was 4 players. You had that huge screen on the inside, and oh man, that was so much fun.
I mean, and, like I came out of Beltway Plaza Mall at the theater there, and there was an arcade which ain't there anymore. And as soon as you walk out there, it's like right there in front of you. Boom, had all the arcades, and they had a Turtle arcade right there. I was like, we gotta play this.
Hmm.
Gotta play it. Every skating rink in this area had a Turtles arcade game and
Every
X Men
one of them,
arcade.
Mhm.
every one of them, and like I said,
You can
that was
never
just
back in the 90s. You could never walk into an arcade and you would always see the following 4 games. It would always be Turtles in Time, X-Men, The Simpsons, and probably the first Ninja Turtles arcade game
Did
and
you
there's
love?
always a Pac-Man machine in there.
and a
Did
Pac-Man machine.
Always one Pac-Man
But
machine.
I'm just referring to like the 4 player games.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
Oh
big
yeah.
yeah,
four.
yeah, of course.
Did y'all love the live action? Because number one, April was supposed to be in her full yellow costume, like in the cartoon,
She was.
and she decided it looked a little too hokey. That's why she just wears the yellow raincoat at the beginning and stuff.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you. Yeah.
But did y'all remember the arcade cabinet having the live action April on the
Yes.
side with the yellow thing in the camera, and she
Yes.
looked all surprised, like that.
It's like looking at it in real, looking at a real life rendition of it, it's like, yeah, it is kind of hokey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, but
kinda
like I
stupid.
said, it's just that time period of this movie was just it was insane, just how much like Turtles just hit pop culture
I will
off
say
rip.
this, like there's only a few. There are a few fucking IPs that come out where it's a proven entity that will work forever, and it's Ninja Turtles. By far, it's Ninja Turtles. I didn't like. Of course, as a kid, I think that oh yeah, Ninja Turtles last forever. No, I'm a grown adult, and I'm seeing I'm seeing kids that have seen their own version of Ninja Turtles,
Mhm.
and I'm saying this now, like oh, Ninja Turtles are here forever. Everybody has a favorite. Every kid, you can go to kids now. What's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael is one of them. It's
And
always going to be one of
somehow
them.
every
And look,
cartoon,
and the dynamic is always the same. The first kid, the only kid, and the smart kid is always Leonardo. The kid that's always by himself and always quirky is always Donatello. The motherfucking kid that is clearly fucking special. And I don't mean special as in stupid. I mean special as in that kid has something. It's fucking Raphael. And the one who is still a child is always Michelangelo. Always. It is so funny that kids have not changed in that regard. They are all like whoever Ninja Turtle you are is shows your personality. I was a Raphael
I
kid.
want to
Me
know
too.
how I want to know
I was always a Raphael kid.
I want to
Hmm.
know how much Domino's paid the movie to be to be featured in a movie so heavily. I
Oh,
really want to
they
They
paid
know
a
probably
pretty
paid some
penny.
money
They paid a penny just for motherfucking Pizza Hut
product
to
placement.
swoop in,
and
just for
take
Pizza
it.
Hut to swoop in and take it after. That's how big Pizza Hut was
And how
back
Because they
much
were in
you?
the
then.
second.
And
Were they
how
in the
much?
second one?
No. The second one was Pizza Hut. How
Second
much
one
you?
was Pizza Hut, and
How much do
everything
you
that
want to
had
bet?
real pizza in it was Pizza Hut ever
And
since
how much?
then.
And how much do you want to bet that in the second one, Pizza Hut undercut Domino's?
Oh yes, they did. We could do it for less. Oh really?
Oh, and make it even
Um,
worse. And making it worse. Remember, they was in the video games with these damn with the fucking Pizza Hut logo in the background, nigga.
Mhm.
Like,
and
wow.
check it out, y'all. Since I know all of us have some, we all had Ninja Turtle stuff going on in our background for throughout this podcast. Chris, well, both of you, both of you guys been to my place, like during high school. Do you guys remember seeing this thing in my basement? It was I had a hanging woodblock print of Raphael.
I remember seeing something like that. I
Ooh
can't for whatever
yes.
You
reason,
remember
Chris,
that, don't you, Chris?
I can't 100% remember, but I remember something like that.
I
I still
I'm
remember.
drawing a blank right now, and I feel stupid about this, but I really don't remember.
What are you gonna
But I
say,
do
Chris?
remember.
Yeah.
I
so
remember something wooden being down there.
so I found the amount.
No.
So when the Coming Out of Their Shell tour came out after the movie had dropped, this is still 1990. And like you said, Pizza Hut swooped in. Pizza Hut sponsored the whole marketing campaign, reportedly to the tune of $20 million.
In
After the success
1991.
of the first movie, yeah.
In
And when
You
they
91.
gotta
and then we
remember,
swooped in and sponsored that whole marketing campaign for the tour and everything, $20 million.
you got also do you remember, you know how much money both Laird and Eastman made off of Ninja Turtles in general? And I remember, I think it was Eastman who did it. I believe it was something in the realm of like $60 million in like 1990, 91, at least before 92. Dude has so much money, he went and bought a tank. An actual tank. I'm just saying,
A thing you could do in the 90s, buy
no,
a
you
tank.
could. Like I looked at I
Who was
looked it
that
up
dude
on
that joined
I watched that
mm,
show, what was it, The Toys That Made Us. I
Mhm.
watched The Toys That Made Us on Netflix, and I watched the Ninja Turtles episode, and yeah, he legit has a tank.
That's insane. Like, and here's the thing: the Pizza Hut stuff,
wow.
the Pizza Hut stuff again, it's still 1990, so this is kind of relevant to this. On top of that, you remember you purchase a large pizza, $3.99 for the fucking cassette tapes
Mm-hmm.
featuring stuff from the concert tour.
It was huge.
It was Turtle Mania.
It was huge.
I mean,
Ooh, like I said in the beginning of
20
this
million though, that's
podcast,
insane.
like I said in the beginning of this podcast, hey dad, I get it. If you was like I understand where my dad was at, because holy crap, this is a lot. Nigga, holy shit. And you gotta think this is back in the 90s when shit like this was unheard of too. So nigga, like, good lord, man. For
Nowadays, it
something
just
like
turns.
that to take over, man. Think about it, Chris. A cartoon took over and made billions of dollars in the 90s like that, dog.
I mean, now it's
That's
turned
crazy,
into
bro.
that. It turns into the Wayne World skit with them just peddling. Nowadays with movies, they just do that shit from Wayne's World. It's like, hey, don't you have a headache?
Hey,
Bear.
Chris.
Ah,
About a
new
year
print,
later,
little
about a,
yellow,
about a
different.
year later, that's what the Ninja Turtles did and kept doing. The Ninja Turtles have sold us everything from cereal to toothpaste to fucking toilet paper, dog. So
It's only a matter of it was only a matter of
it's only a
time.
matter of
No,
time.
no, no, D. It was only a matter of time if back in the day. Of course, we were too young. No, we were too young to know about this. You know how we seen nowadays, whenever we go to our local Tiger Mart gas station and we see in that glass case the Ryu Smash and Chun Li Street Fighter condoms.
Yes,
How much you want to bet there's a Ninja Turtle variant that exists?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Fucking
And actually, those are not condoms.
sex
Those
pills,
are
sir.
Those are sex pills. Hey D, do they work? What I heard? God, yes they do. What I heard? Holy crap, they do.
It
They're
is it
No,
is
no,
it is
I
it is
guarantee.
real quick. They're
And I,
just caffeine pills. They're
no,
just caffeine
and
pills, but they make your dick hard as shit. That's what I heard.
I
That's
guarantee
what I
you,
heard.
I guarantee you, the cover of the Ninja Turtles condos would be nothing more than April O'Neil. No, it would be April O'Neil and Casey Jones still wearing the hockey mask.
them shits is Viagra on steroids, from what I also heard too, because it's basically the same stuff that's the same thing in Viagra that keeps your dick hard. It's in those pills, but just in a very concentrated form. So it's like,
so it's Blue Chill, like Blue Chew.
yeah,
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Blue Chew was approved by the FDA.
look, there was a person, no bullshit. I remember, damn, this is like back in 2016. No, 2014. It was in the news. This dude apparently had a heart attack, took one of those gas station pills. All right, downed it with Red Bull. So your heart's already pumping because of the pill, and you add Red Bull into the mix. That's like drinking 5-hour energy
Dudes
and doing
don't
Red
know.
Bull.
Dudes
I
don't
did
know.
that. It's not good.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
good at
Dudes
all.
okay.
don't
Hold
know
on, hold
how
on,
a
hold
rectum
on,
work.
hold
That's
on.
why.
Wait a minute, hold on. You can do that, but why? Why would you
Why
do
would
that?
you
Why
do
would
that?
you do any of
Living
that?
life on the wild side. It's not
Hey
not
man,
worth.
I'm beating my girl all day, man. I got this and Red Bull.
Uh,
Next thing you know, you're jerking off. Can't get rid of it. Not like look. We've been talking too long, and eventually this went into the porn. Porn of all this. Let's
I was
stop.
trying to keep it on Ninja Turtles.
but anyways,
We're
I
done.
would say
We're
this.
done.
All
We're
I'll say
done.
is this: buy the Blu-ray of the Turtles trilogy.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
please sign the petition. I'm making one up. Please sign the petition for us to get a 4K, fully director's cut, all scenes restored
Yes.
version of TMNT, the first movie, because let's be real, it's about to be 40 years since this movie.
Eastman
we
and
need
Laird
something.
laugh at you.
I'm just saying, it's about to be 40 years that this movie has been around.
Yeah.
Well,
And no, I mean, I'm only saying that because number one, Ninja Turtles are coming up on their 40th anniversary pretty soon. You know,
Yeah.
real talk, Ninja Turtles are the same age as us.
That's true. That
Ready to
is.
feel?
No.
Hold on, you ready to feel old, guys?
Turtle power when Leonardo can't jump kick no more.
fucking yeah. TURTL. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear that goddamn song.
You guys still have those belts with your initials on.
Hey, it's Susie. Come to my hotel room after this, Susie.
Dude,
I'm
I'm gonna be
Raphael, you have fallen off.
I'm so glad that they never utilized that in the live action movie. The only way you could differentiate them is just the color of their headbands. Everything else was like
they gave them unique characteristics. Like Raphael clearly is the brute force dude because it's Raphael. It makes sense.
Right.
You know, Donatello's the tech guy, so he has all the nerdy shit.
And he wasn't even the tech guy in the first one.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying they just kind of they did the live action.
Thank God they went with the color coded thing instead of all getting them red bandanas.
Yeah,
that could have easily happened.
It could have they could have stuck with that, but you know, since the cartoon had already been out at the time, that's why they kept it that way, but not so much like the cartoon where they had to wear the freaking blue armband, wristbands and shit. You know, they didn't have to go that crazy. They kept it. Everything was brown except for their headbands.
The fact that, again, Michelangelo doesn't use the nunchucks because this movie did get some adults saying this movie is very violent, and I'm like, sure, I guess. There's no blood.
You know, the dumb thing is that it was this movie that sparked the parental outrage about the Ninja Turtles using their weapons when they know for a damn fact that they watched their kids looking at the cartoon 2 years prior where they used their weapons.
Well, Michelangelo used a grappling hook.
No, Chris. Michelangelo didn't use a grappling hook until 1994. and you know that.
Yeah, but put it this way, they eased up the use of his nunchucks over time as the
Yeah, over
seasons
time.
kept going.
Okay, they really didn't they didn't go full ease up until you saw that new opening. And when you saw the new opening and this motherfucker's using the grappling hook, it was a wrap for this
I ain't
cartoon.
gonna lie, as a kid though, before we wrap it up though, as we wrap it up, I did kind of sort of like you mentioned the Technodrome and stuff. Again,
It's iconic.
No, I'm saying toy tie-ins as a kid though. I was kind of like, where's the ninja vehicles? Where's the plane?
You know
Where's
what?
the van?
You know, thank you, Brian. I stand I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. It was 91.
Yeah, but I was like one of those. Where's the Ninja Turtle van? Where's the Ninja Turtle plane? And that was probably the only thing I, kind of nitpicked as a kid of where's all the
I
toy
hate
stuff.
you kids. I hate you kids so much with it.
But it really wasn't until the second movie when they just downgraded. They just watered down everything.
But
And
it's like here's Ernie Reyes Jr. You get to live your dream with the turtles. What do you say, Ernie? At least I don't have to put on a suit.
that's about it.
And I also I feel there was a fight scene between Ernie and Shredder that got cut. I can't prove it.
We got to see him
Get flipped twice as Leonardo.
We got to see him roll into the scene and freaking roundhouse kick TGRI.
Side note, I like how Splinter's punishment is them doing backflips as punishments.
Yes. 10 flips now.
10 flips now. Damn. Anyways, that is Turtles for us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. What's the next movie after this?
Well, the next movie, we'll be doing something that's closer to the date, to our date right now. I know, I'm in darkness right now, but John Wick,
Dark Man.
John Wick 2 will be our next movie, and just been a while since we talked about Keanu Reeves and
the man.
Keanu Reeves reaving it.
You too will see a man get on. No, that's the third one. Never mind. You too will see a man get back his car and then bury all his guns again because he's done. And it's like, oh no, you're not done with this life, sir.
You will witness a man go, "Hey yo, I know you ain't working right now, John."
Also, you will see Ruby Rose actually act because she doesn't fucking talk.
You will also not witness Keanu Reeves saying, "Whoa."
What you will also witness is Ian McShane going, "I did everything I could."
Also, side note, this is the best role Common has ever had in a movie ever.
We will see
We
will also see Ian McShane give we'll see Ian McShane give John Wick a 1 hour head start by the end of the movie.
Ian McShaneing it up.
We would get my nigga. I keep on forgetting this dark black motherfucker's name.
The dude from The Wire.
Yeah, nigga from The Wire. There we go. I'm just
Mr. Armor piercing bullets.
No, not Sterling. Fuck, I keep on forgetting that. Whatever, but him, he's here. Also, we'll get the most interesting man ever. Hello, Mr. Wick. Would you like a gun, sir? Like here, I love that scene so much. His voice is what sold me. I'm not
Mr. Lance Reddick.
Sir. Lance Reddick.
Yeah, Lance Reddick. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, thank you. But yeah. That dude. Oh yes, Mr. Blick. We have the finest knives.
Oh yeah, that was the dude from the British dude from Shaun of the Dead. That was his neighbor that got bit and stuff. That was that.
Yeah.
He was like Reddick.
That was me and my dad's favorite part of the movie. Da. Oh.
Lance Reddick also known as Mr. Big Ball Energy from Paradise PD.
I'm mad that he slaps his balls. He straight up slaps his balls. By the way, that show is terrible. The more it goes on, Eris, it gets worse.
Side note. I would love to be that person.
I will watch that show 100 times compared to Big Mouth. But go ahead.
There are certain jobs in the John Wick world I would love to be, and that's the guy that's giving all the assassins weapons and just showing them off like it's a car. Like, oh, here's the Glock. It handles very well, but it kind of shoots to the left.
Hey, yo, man. But yeah, we'll talk about all that. Like I said, also just to put it out there, we got more Keanu Reeves right after that because we kind of hit the random button with all the movies he did this year. And right after John Wick, we gotta do Chain Reaction. So we getting 2 Keanu movies in a row.
Where
Nigga.
Morgan Freeman, for probably the 3rd time in his career, does a heel turn. He's a bad guy. Mr.
I told you I want to kill all these motherfuckers.
Mr. Actually, he goes full Republican. Environmental stuff. What is that?
I just want the money.
Thank you. That's all it is.
It also goes into what a lot of people forget. Morgan Freeman played bad guy quite a few times. What do you act like he's good? Like
he was a captain of he was literally Chain Reaction is him being a captain, being an unused Captain Planet villain.
Just saying, yeah. Anyway, y'all, it's gonna be a fun year this year. Anyway, catch y'all next episode. We done with this, y'all. Peace.
TURTLE.